Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 65 degrees under mostly cloudy skies at 10 o'clock. I'm Pat Septak. A building was left significantly damaged following an explosion in Elwood City this morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the story.
The blast happened just after midnight on the 600 block of Mount Vernon Drive. The explosion tore through what used to be a school building, now home to several small businesses, including a local brewery. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation, but officials say a gas leak is the likely culprit. Columbia Gas and the State Fire Marshal are both assisting alongside the ATF, which has been notified due to the scale of destruction. No one was inside at the time and no injuries have been reported. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A man is hospitalized with burns to his legs after a boat caught fire along the Allegheny River. It happened around 3 yesterday afternoon near Harbor. The boat had just been filled up with gas at the Fox Chapel Yacht Club before it burst into flames. Pennsylvania State Police say a suspect is in custody in connection with a series of fires that broke out over Labor Day weekend in Greene County. A total of 5 separate fires occurred in Waynesburg Borough and the surrounding areas, namely at St. Anne's Church, Buddy's Motel, and multiple residential properties in that area. Police say no injuries were reported as a result of the blazes. State officials say that 37-year-old Jess Patterson Jr. has been taken into custody and faces charges including arson and burglary. A preliminary hearing is set for September 15th. There are lists for almost anything, and recently Niche published the best on-campus dining options among their peers. News Radio KDKA's Paul Alexander has the details.
Niche ranked 107 colleges in the Commonwealth, and among those in the Pittsburgh area, La Roche University was rated highest at number 9. Here are the other 5 schools in the area that also were ranked in the top 20. Seton Hill was 12, Penn West California 13, Robert Morris came in at number 16, IUP 17, and Slippery Rock was in the top 20 at number 18. If you're curious, Penn State was number 7. Niche says they use student reviews and meal plan costs to determine the grades. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
Millions of Americans are wrapping up their Labor Day weekends and heading back from vacation destinations. According to the TSA, more people than usual are flying today and tomorrow.
TSA expects to screen about 17.4 million people for Labor Day. That would be a new record for the last long weekend of the summer. And while cancellations were low, the travel was more laborious for some than they may have liked. The biggest pain point was in the Dallas area this weekend, home to one of the busiest airports in the U.S. The same storms that flooded streets led to more than 900 flight cancellations, nearly 4,000 delays getting in and out of DFW.
That's CBS News senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve reporting. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 281 points, the NASDAQ is down 249 points, and the S&P 500 is down 54. KDKA Sports, the Pirates host the Dodgers tonight, first pitch at 6:40. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time is 10:04. And currently the temperature is at 65 degrees under mostly cloudy skies in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
It's Marty. I'm here with Harold Shepley. I'll tell you why I reached out to him and how we met. I noticed that you help people. It's kind of your instinct, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel called. I feel that helping people with their finances is my calling in life.
And check this out. You were bankrupt once.
I did. I've lived through this. I've walked through it, and I got treated like absolute garbage, and I felt that no one else should ever have to feel that bad ever again.
Folks, this is the real deal. ShepleyLaw.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp data bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, thanks. What's up is a couple of accidents out there just clearing, so that's good news. One still reported, though, on I-79. This is southbound in Robinson Township near the Parkway West interchange, so do watch out for some slowdowns as crews arrive on the scene there. Happy to report that the slowdowns are easing off on the Parkway West inbound. This has been a very busy back-to-work kind of rush hour this morning, and the Parkway West has been quite heavy, but now you're just getting in line between the runaway truck, sand pile, and the Banksville on-ramp as you try to fit through the Fort Pitt tunnels. Behind the Liberty tunnels, 51 northbound, just a traffic light delay. Same story with West Liberty Avenue, Route 19 there. Parkway East inbound, though, quite heavy. Still, right around Edgewood-Swissvale before those Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA Mobile News Fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntingdon and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com. The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds for the rest of today. Watch out for a shower this afternoon over the Laurel Highlands, the high 79. Partly cloudy this evening, mainly clear later tonight of 53. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy, high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? Hope you had a great weekend. Thinking about laborers as I watched a lot of my friends marching in the Labor Day parade. It's actually fascinating because I got a note last week from one of my boys, Matt, who's a proud father, and he sent me this text that his son Ryan, who's in the Carpenters Union, love him, interviewed today, meaning Friday, and got the job before he even took the test. And he sent me this exclamation point, proud father. And I wanted to kind of discuss this in the context of what's happening in America. Folks are in this AI meltdown. AI is going to take my job. AI is going to replace me. In fact, I know a young man who has an AI startup funded by the largest venture capital firm in the world in California. And in essence, his startup will replace a significant number of people in 2 different businesses, healthcare and HVAC. In fact, I've seen it work. I sat in a room when it was demoed where you call and you tell an HVAC company that your air conditioning's broke. And AI, without a pause, without any hesitation, answers every single question about what's wrong with your air conditioner, if they can fix it, and when they can get someone out. In healthcare, hundreds of thousands of people have questions about Medicare, Medicaid. I watched and listened with my jaw dropped to the floor as this AI company, by the way, set up by a 19-year-old Carnegie Mellon kid, 19. I sat there and listened for 20 minutes as it answered every single question that anyone would want about Medicare. It's shocking. My point. It makes a lot of folks nervous, and it should. However, as I watched the Labor Day parade and have been texting back and forth with some of my friends like Steve Mazza, who's a fantastic labor leader, Phil Amaris, who's a fantastic labor leader. Here's what I do know. AI can't put no roof on no house. AI cannot lay cement. AI cannot fix a road or build a bridge. AI cannot frame a house. AI cannot do underwater welding. AI can't do any of the things that these laborers can do in America. AI is important. But at the end of the day, we need hands-on men and women on the streets, laborers like Matt, who is so happy that his son has a job as a carpenter. As I watched the Labor Day parade and thought of the future of Pittsburgh with the massive construction projects headed our way, with, ironically enough, data centers that will be the heartbeat, the fuel for AI. Thousands and thousands of employees, all of them laborers, all of them boots on the ground folks. I have told my wife and talked to my son many times about, if you want to do something with your hands, now's the time to do it. Because all of these jobs that will go away because of AI, administrative jobs, reception jobs, some technical jobs, coding, which is actually fascinating. And Patrick sitting here and knows this. 5 years ago, you know what they would have said? Code, man. Learn how to code. Coding is it. So everybody rushed to code. In fact, Patrick can code. Those jobs will go away because now there are literally sites, AI sites, where you ask it to build you an app and it does. Ask it to create an ad and it does. Ask it to create a website and it does. Ask it to code and it does. However, it can't build. It can't make a cake. It can't cook a steak in a restaurant. When the railroads came in, folks thought, oh my gosh, the farmers are gone, the horses are gone, no one cares. When the airlines came in, everyone thought the railroads were gone. When the car came in, they thought the railroads are gone, horses are gone. But all it did was change the dynamic of how we use our hands. And as we think about Labor Day and all the men and women out there that we know who are laborers, AI cannot replace them. Cops, firefighters, the men and women that save our lives, AI can't replace them. Only good men and good women can replace them. Don't lose hope. As I watched so many of my friends march in the Labor Day parade, find hope, find opportunity in a new area, in a new place where you can be successful. Don't rely on fear to force you to hide from the future. Embrace it and find your place. As my friend Matt, who sent me this text, no school loans, money out the gate, talking about his son. He has no school loans, paid money immediately. Building contractors based in Newcastle. They do work for UPMC, all kinds of different things. Build buildings. Proud dad, exclamation point. Embracing the future as a carpenter and kicking ass doing it and proud doing it. So before we give up and suggest it's over, we're all just going to sit at home in a panic. Remember, there are a lot of things AI can't do. Things that only you can do. Things that only your children can do. Find that space where they can find success. Covet that success and seek out those opportunities. There are great ones out there. To all the laborers out there, all the men and women that protect us, God bless you. AI ain't taking your job. We need you desperately. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, what's up is we still have some remnants of the rush hour here, Marty, in terms of delays, although they are starting to ease off, which is nice to be able to report that. 28 southbound is heavy for you as you approach between the 31st Street Bridge and the off-ramp for East Ohio Street. Parkway West inbound stacking right now at the runaway truck sand pile. Behind the Liberty Tunnels, just traffic light delays on 51 and 19, and the Parkway East inbound is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. Of course, with everyone else coming back from the long holiday weekend, so too do the road crews. Single lane restrictions are happening weekdays. Just a reminder, in Collier Township on Route 50 Washington Pike. This is in both directions between the I-79 interchange and Mayor Street. They're there until 3:30 p.m. each day, and then back again during your overnight 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
So we're sitting down, myself and my wife, with Julian Gray next week to talk about a couple things. So think about this, folks. If you have a kid going to college, do you have the power of attorney? No, I'm serious. If they're 18 now and they get hurt and they have to be hospitalized in college, you have the power of attorney so that when you call the hospital, they'll give you medical information. If you don't, you need to get it done. Seriously, it's $500. You got to get it done. It's important and it's viable. Very, very vital. 412-458-6000, grayouterlaw.com, grayouterlaw.com. Also, do you have an estate? When's the last time? So we're putting together a whole new estate plan. Our will was 25 years old. It just doesn't work anymore. So think about your kids going to college so that you can get their medical information if you need it. And think about estate planning. grayouterlaw.com, 412-458-6000. Julian Gray, the best.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine? We are part of something bigger, a force that never quits. You can transform your life. Check us out at Navy.com. America's Navy, forged by the sea.
Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I had a fascinating exchange of text information from a young lady this morning. And over the weekend, we're going to talk to her live tomorrow, who has tremendous courage. It was July 10th when my friend Max, who I love to death, Mad Max, who works downtown and has drawn attention to folks defecating and had that addressed, who has drawn attention to folks sleeping on sidewalks and overdosing and has had that addressed, who has really kind of focused on trying to create some change downtown by showing what's going on downtown. In July 10th, and I know this date only because the young lady pointed it out to me, Max was walking along Strawberry Way, which is an area where I've been many times with Patrick, many times with the cops, many times. with social workers and city council and county council members because it became a cesspool of crime and waste and folks wasted away. It became a focal point for us for a year. In fact, it's right where the hot dog stand was, Wiener World. In fact, I made a commitment with Larry for a year to have the owner of Wiener World on every day until the city made a difference, and they did. And we were just along Strawberry Way a couple weeks ago. It's 1,000% better. Now, Patrick was with me. There were still folks using drugs. But what would you say, 5%? I mean, not even close to what it was.
Oh, it's nowhere close, especially since that shelter is no longer operating there.
And the city has made a difference, and cops have made a difference, and social workers have made a difference, and drawing attention to it has made a difference. Wiener World didn't last. In fact, he moved to the U.S. Steel UPMC Tower and is thriving. However, to point out that the problem still exists, Mad Max, who's my friend, went down there and did a walkthrough on July 10th. And in that walkthrough, he found a young lady who was out, overdosed on drugs, who was saved by Narcan, and who reached out over the weekend and said, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I finally got help, and I'm living a sober life, and I'm thankful that it was drawn attention to, and I'm thankful that I got help. But would you do me a favor and take down the video because I'm okay now? So I went through the site and we took down the video this morning, and we're going to talk to her live tomorrow as soon as we reach out to her. There are stories of hope. A young man, we posted a picture of him out cold behind a garbage can on the south side. Immediately, EMT saw that picture, went to that scene, and took that young man to a hospital. At the end of the day, look, we can show car accidents, and folks can say, why are you doing that? Or a fire on a boat, which, by the way, drew emergency crews to that boat this weekend. Or a school shooting, and say, why the hell are we showing this or talking about it? To draw attention to it, to create change. It doesn't feel good sometimes. It just doesn't. But at the end of the day, if we ignore it, it's getting worse. Ask the men and women in the businesses on the South Side the efficacy of posting videos of folks fighting on the South Side. It's created dramatic change, dramatic increase in police patrols, dramatic arrest numbers. And ask the Pittsburgh police chief how those videos made that difference. Look, sometimes it's painful. But as that young woman pointed out this morning, she's grateful. Look, man, life and death is very tenuous. Life on the streets is very tenuous. We showed a video this weekend of the 2nd Avenue Commons. Dirt and filth and garbage. The city and the county executive promised to clean that up and did, but it's back, which draws attention to the site and has them back there again this morning. If we ignore it, it gets worse. The best we can be is the best we can be. And that's all I can say. That at the end of the day, if we ignore it, the fire doesn't go out. The problem doesn't change. If we address it and draw attention to it, if you see Kevin Krause on the street, the sheriff, ask him. Do you ever reach out to Marty Griffin asking him exactly where that person is who's passed out? As a case in point, last week a young woman was overdosing. She was on the zombie drug directly in front of the county courthouse. Kevin Krause, who's a very assertive, very aggressive, and compassionate sheriff, texted me. We're on it. And they went and immediately helped that woman. Is it pleasant? Hell no. Is a school shooting pleasant? No. Is video of the war in Gaza pleasant? No. Is video of a hospital bombed in Ukraine pleasant? No. No. But at some point, that's what happens. You draw attention to the crisis, and you continue to draw attention to the crisis with the hope that it will be addressed. I'm an old guy. I've seen it 4 times, all of it. And I've seen the efficacy and the power of what we do in the platforms. If you're offended by it, I get it. If you don't understand it, I get it. But what we do is what we do to create difference and make a change. And the exchange that I had this morning with a young lady, heck, I thought it was a family member reaching out, but it was actually her. She's thriving and living a sober life. Now imagine this. So what is it? It's almost 2 months. July 10th, that video was taken. That young woman got up off those streets, literally physically off the streets, got help, and is now living a healthy life. And said, look, I'm better now. I'm on the right track. Do me a favor, take that video down. It got me to where I'm at, but it doesn't need to be there anymore. And we did. It's not pleasant. It's painful, actually. It sucks, actually. But it draws attention to a crisis. And we're going to do the best we can to make that difference. Will it affect people all the same way? No. But there are people that win from this, and they get help from this. And we do the best we can to draw that attention. Meantime, watching the football game Friday night, Pine Richland, Central Catholic, massive athletes, massive. A significant number of those athletes have Division I college offers. As Larry mentioned, one Central Catholic player has 50 different offers. They also have offers of money. Mike White, the best sports newspaper reporter I've ever seen in my life, did an amazing piece on how that money has affected these kids. Local kids who never thought they'd have cash thrown at them to go to college. But it's happening big time. We're going to talk to him next. Don't miss this.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap Good RX. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. Openphone.com/TRY.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 67 degrees under partly cloudy skies at 10:30. I'm Pat Septak. Is Pittsburgh on the dawn of a whole new era here in southwestern Pennsylvania? State Senator Wayne Fontana says we are. He tells the BK Morning Show he believes we are in the third renaissance for our region, but the key to making it all happen is to organize.
It's a matter of prioritizing what's first, not to be scattered about where it goes and how it goes and those types of things. We have the location, we have the land, we have the educated workforce. We have all those things in position. We can't mess it up now.
He says it's up to the political leaders, the business leaders, the AI leaders, the Allegheny Conference, and the Chamber of Commerce to all get together and communicate what the region's priorities are. Kraft Heinz to split in a strategic shakeup, marking a new chapter for the iconic food giant. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
Kraft Heinz is shaking up its structure, announcing plans to split its business into two separate units, one focused on North America, the other on international markets. The company says the move will allow each segment to better focus on its unique customers and growth opportunities. While both will still operate under the Kraft Heinz name, the restructuring could pave the way for more strategic independence down the line. It's a major shift for the food giant as it looks to stay competitive in a rapidly changing global market. The transition is expected to begin in early 2026. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
This morning is the first day of school for students in the Elizabeth Forward School District. There's been a lot of construction over the course of the summer at the high school there following a fire there about 2.5 years ago. KDKA TV's Chilakasa Adele has more.
The district says it has made substantial progress on the efforts to rebuild and improve here on the high school lot. It has come a long way since a fire tore through the auditorium here at Elizabeth Forward High School. That was in February of 2023. So where the old auditorium was is where a new, bigger gym is supposed to go. And on the other side of the school, there's also going to be a 1,000-seat auditorium. EF High is also getting some facade upgrades with stronger security at the main entrance too.
Officials are hoping to have the project finished in time for the 2026 school year. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 315 points, the NASDAQ is down 249 points, and the S&P 500 is down 57 points. KDKA Radio News Time is 10:32. Our next update at 11. I'm Pat Septak on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-240-1465. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-240-1465.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-240-1465 or oxcarcare.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is as we look out over the area roads, most of your major arteries, maybe you're heading back out of town after a long holiday weekend, they are rolling along nicely. The turnpike through the district, for example, I-79 for the most part, not a traffic trouble for you there. We do have some construction work happening up in the Wexford Flats, especially around the intersection of Route 19, Perry Highway, and just north of Brooktree Road around Lake Drive. Watch for big-time slowdowns as you try to travel there during your daylight hours. No construction in your way on 28, just heavy traffic as you approach the off-ramps for the north side or the north shore there. Parkway West inbound is easing off. The biggest backup is right around the Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East inbound is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today with a stray afternoon shower over the Laurels, the high 79. Partly cloudy this evening, mainly clear later tonight to 53. More sun than clouds and pleasantly warm tomorrow, high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, are you turning 65 and exploring Medicare options? With over 50 Medicare plans available to you, it can be overwhelming. MediConnect is here to help. They want you to understand your options so you can choose the best plan for yourself. It's Medicare made simple with one call. Connect with MediConnect at no cost. Their top-rated experts are coming to your neighborhood with their new to Medicare seminar. You don't want to miss this. Call 888-818-6334 or visit MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the seminar tab.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
All right, we're back from it. Very long weekend. Hope you had a great time. Maybe even went bananas. It's a Tuesday, and we're back 2 to 6 right here. Colin Dunlap, KDK.
Two big-time college coaches going at it this morning. Great piece in ESPN. I couldn't help but think of Mike White because he did an amazing story on money being paid to athletes by colleges. And in this piece, the coach of Oregon was admitting that his players this year got $40 million. Folks, $40 million to play college football. Then the coach of Oklahoma State fires back, we only had $7 million. It has become this massive game of massive amounts of money. And it reaches far into Western Pennsylvania, where the best athletes are now being recruited by recruiters with a checkbook in their hands. Mike White, best high school reporter I've ever known. Good morning, brother. How are you? No sound. Hold on a second.
Okay, Marty, can you hear me?
There you go. Okay, Mike.
All right. I'm all right, Marty. How are you?
My man, has to blow your mind when you hear Oregon players getting $40 million. And the guy at Oklahoma State acting like he's getting cheated because they only have $7 million. Wild, isn't it, sir?
Yes and no. It is unbelievable, the state of things now, but this is the world we live in with college football. I'm not saying it's right, or college sports, but, Marty, you brought up the story I did a couple weeks ago, which got a lot of interest.
Fabulous.
Seemed to get a lot of interest. And, I went into that first to explain, though, that, a lot of this isn't NIL, the money. it's the new revenue sharing, which came from the House settlement in litigation in the spring. And under that settlement, colleges, Division I colleges, can now give up to $20.8 million to their athletes under the revenue sharing. But the NIL deals are on top of that.
Yes.
So, but the big thing is the revenue sharing that people now are talking about and is affecting a lot of kids. And what I did is I tried to, we have 14 kids who are committed to power conference schools in WPIL right now this year that are seniors. And I tried to talk to as many of them as I could in the preseason. And I had no preconceived notions going in. I went in just to say, talk to them. Hey, when do they talk money to colleges? When do they? And I didn't know what story I would get. I didn't know what the story would be. I didn't even know. But the two things that I found out that I think were, as a journalist, maybe to enlighten the public of what's going on with things sometimes in this world, were number one, all of them told me, and I talked to probably 8 or 9 of them, nowadays colleges are telling these kids, what you do your senior year, how you play your senior year could affect your money next year and could earn you more money. In other words, if you have a good year, you get more money. And number two, by talking to them, I was able to gather, and they confirmed that an average power conference school is offering a freshman $100,000 for football. But so I think what opened people's eyes was I was finally somebody was able to put some numbers to this. Now I got besides the 100,000, I had one player tell me that he didn't want to be named and he didn't want the school named. He will be getting 250,000 next year as a freshman.
Whoa!
I had another player tell me, didn't want to be named, that his school offered him 475,000.
Whoa!
As a freshman.
Whoa!
So that gives you.
It's unbelievable.
And that's coming straight from the kids. I'm not making that up. They didn't want to be known who it was or the school. But that gives you an idea, and I think it opened people's eyes when they see that number for a freshman that you might not even be. He might not even play that much. But that's what's going on.
Mike White, Post-Gazette. So, Central Catholic Pine Richland, Friday night. How many of those kids will be paid to go to school next year? How many? Both teams combined.
Under the revenue sharing, Central Catholic has 2 Power 5 seniors. Ashton Blatt's committed to North Carolina with Bill Belichick. Colson Gatton is committed to Duke. Pine Richland, Jay Timmons, a senior receiver, defensive back, son of Lawrence Timmons from the Steelers years ago. He originally committed to Indiana, the Hoosiers, but he's committed to Florida State, where his father played. And incidentally, he doesn't even live with his father now. So, but he told me it was not one of the reasons why he chose Florida State, but he is getting more money from Florida State next year than Indiana. So the money, Marty, it's crazy.
How
I mean, I know for a fact from talking to some of those kids, there's a couple Pitt players around $1 million a year, and
$1 million a year.
Another one maybe a decent amount more than $1 million.
Wow, at Pitt.
Yeah. Yep.
How do you manage that as a 19-year-old? Honestly, and by the way,
don't know.
How are their
I
parents?
don't know.
Mike, how are their parents manage this? Guy comes to the house, says, we're going to give your son $500,000 to play as a freshman in college. How do parents manage this?
Well, here's the thing, Marty, and I learned through this, and I met with an agent, Alex Kaminsky, who's a local agent, and he has Jay Timmons he's his agent for this revenue sharing and NIL. There are contracts. Kids have to do contracts now.
How old? 17-year-olds. 17-year-olds.
And 18-year-olds. He told me one of the reasons he got an agent was because nobody close to him knew about this stuff or knew how to deal with it. But one thing I will say, a lot of the colleges are having, I don't know what the word would be, financial advisors with the kids, giving them guidance on what to do with the money, what they need to worry about. So they're part of the athletic program now, maybe financial advisors. A lot of schools are doing that, and rightly so. They should, because there are a number of these top players who, let's just say, maybe the home life isn't the great, and they don't have the largest amount of guidance at home. I get it. Yeah. They need this.
Hey, Mike, Patrick, my producer, asked a great question. Does the NCAA do anything with them in terms of, my man, you're making $1.5 million this year. Here's how you manage this. Do they offer them financial advice? Or are they on their own, sir?
Well, I think that's what the colleges are doing. What I just said, they have advisors that are many of them to give them advice. But that's also what you see much more now is the job of agents. Wow. There are people running around who may not be licensed agents, but they got a hold of a kid and they're going to advise them and help them. Now, the colleges don't want to talk to a lot of these agents, but now they have to. And, hey, even if they're not, they might be a third party, but they get onto a kid when he's a high school, and you know what? I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you a good deal at this college, and then I get some of your money.
Hey, Mike.
Mike, there are more and more agents.
Mike, couldn't
registered or not?
Couldn't $500,000 ruin a kid? Couldn't it?
Oh, by all means.
Hell yeah.
Well, but the thing is, Marty, there's a kid at Peters Township. He's going to Pitt, Reston Lehman.
Uh-huh.
I've gotten to know him a little bit. He's a defensive end. His finalists were Pitt, Rutgers, and Penn State.
Yeah.
He said he really didn't get into money talk with Penn State, but he told me, and to prove that he's not going just for money, that Rutgers was offering him much more money, 3 times than Pitt was.
Wow.
But he still wanted to go to Pitt. But you've got kids like him, Marty. He texted me 2 days before the story came out and said, "Mr. White," and I already talked to him.
Yeah.
I'd like to make one more comment. I would like to say that this is ruining college athletics. I said, let me call you on the phone right away.
Right.
Called him on the phone, and he brought up a great point. And he said, hey, I'm not going to sit here and kid you. This is really nice having to make this money.
Wow.
But I've been told, and I know of players who are chasing the money, and they've transferred 3 times. And so they finish college, and he said, we all think we're going to get drafted by the NFL.
Right.
And they don't get drafted.
Right.
They don't get drafted. And they have enough money from what's left to maybe pay for their living for 3 years. And but they don't have a degree. So in 3 years, the money's gone.
Man.
And what do they have?
It's amazing.
I think a kid that was really Reston Lehman from Peters is mature beyond his years and thinking about that and saying it's ruining college athletics. And boy, Marty, is it ruining it? I don't know. You look at games even this weekend. There's still a ton of people going.
Oh hell yeah! Mike White.
But it's the world we live in.
I had an epiphany reading that, my man. You're the best. Thanks, brother.
All right, Marty. Take care.
Wow, it's amazing. Wow. $475,000 to play college football as a freshman. Wow. I read their quarterbacks being paid $1 million as freshmen from the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right. So, Marty, as we're taking a look out at the stretch of I-79 and the Parkway West, where they meet in Robinson Township, big heads up for you. So if you're coming toward town on the Parkway West 376 and you're trying to exit to 79 southbound, there's an accident that's being cleared from the ramp there. So it's not blocking traffic, but with all of the crews who are on the scene there, we're finding things are very slow go as you try to travel there. So maybe an extra minute or two would be expected as you try to make that part of your trek. Parkway West on the inbound ride is a little bit slow right around the runaway truck sand pile. The Parkway East inbound playing the fluctuation game right now and lining up solidly at Wilkinsburg. 28 southbound just has a little bit of a slowdown as you come toward the ramps for either East Ohio Street or the North Shore Expressway. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
At AHN, we see you juggling 100 things at once. That's why we made it easier to book with the doctors you need. With AHN online scheduling, you can book with your primary care provider or get time with a specialist. Visit ahn.org/schedule, answer a couple of simple questions, and search for providers, locations, and times that work best for you. Easy online scheduling. Because at AHN, we see you.
You know what I love? The punchki. Oakmont Bakery's punchkis. Delicious. Strawberry cream, cherry, raspberry, blueberry, Pittsburgh cream, Oakmont cream, lemon, maple bacon, cookies and cream, apple cinnamon, peanut butter. The punchki rocks. You've got to try the punchki at Oakmont Bakery. Handmade, homemade, unbelievable treat at Oakmont Bakery right now. You know what I say about punchki? They're delicious. Oakmont Bakery rocks.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
You do you, I'll do me. My medical business and health business is my medical business and health business, and yours is yours. And I think we're at a place in time, we have reached a time in history where we certainly feel very comfortable telling people and feel entitled to tell someone else how to medically live their life.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
You want a roof that doesn't leak. Of course, that's a given. You need a roofing partner with the experience and know-how to ensure the structural integrity and energy efficiency of your roof. Trust PJ Fitzpatrick with their 45 years of experience, thousands of 5-star reviews, and lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. Our professionals install most roofs in just one day. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Visit trustpj.com today. That's trustpj.com.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Brandon from Philadelphia asks, I've heard you talk a lot about what to look for in a financial advisor, and I know to seek out a certified financial planner. I've also heard you say that to develop a detailed plan, it can cost a couple $1,000. What I'm not sure of is exactly what should that include. Good question, Brandon. If you're going to shell out the money for a financial plan, it should include everything, soup to nuts, not just asset management. That means an examination of the impact of taxes, your current insurance, your estate planning, saving for college and retirement.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I think it's frightening of the money that's being spent on high school kids, that high school kids have to have agents. I just think. I did go to Central Catholic, and a significant number of my friends excelled at football. I didn't. I was not any good. But fine. I played with Sal Sinceri, went to the NFL. His brother Gus, drafted by the Eagles. Back problems, did not play. I played with Marino. And obviously Dan had an insane career. They never, ever. I mean, look, they were famous and they got stuff, but no. There's a whole nother ballgame. And the influence of money on a kid who never had any money is frightening. It just is. I watched it. Actually, I watched it in Dallas. I spent 2 years watching money destroy the Dallas Cowboys. And in that power and that fame and attention. But I know it's the way it is now. Ohio State paid 3 players $21 million last year. As I pointed out, Portland paid out $40 million. Oregon, Phil Knight, who started Nike, he's from there. He pretty much funds all their athletic facilities. Insane track, insane generosity. I pointed out that the University of Texas, they had this startling video when their top 6 recruits pulled up to the stadium. which I've gone to several games there. It's a hell of a venue. There were Lamborghinis. They all had Lamborghinis. I'm not suggesting college athletics was ever pure. I'm not suggesting that college athletes never had special treatment, because it isn't pure, and they always had special treatment. I saw it firsthand in being able to kind of be a guy who hung out with some of those people from time to time. However, as my man just reported, if you give $500,000 to a young man who comes from an impoverished background, and they don't have the skill set to make rational decisions, I worry about their future. I just do. You have college quarterbacks getting $1.2 million. You heard him. He said 2 players on Pitt's team, and I did not know this, and I asked Larry, and Larry didn't know the numbers. 2 players on Pitt's team. I would assume that the All-Americans, I guess, there were 2 or 3. 2 players on Pitt's team getting paid over $1 million a year to play college football. Does it ruin them? I hope not. Can they manage it? I hope so. I hope they have good parents and good counselors and take good advice. I do. I love the sport. Played it to the point of almost being crippled. Seriously. And have friends that have head injuries and back injuries and knee injuries and shoulder injuries, and would do it all over again. And watch John Burnett die from those injuries. John Burnett, KDKA. Head injuries. Ended his life. Football injuries from playing college football at Tennessee. I don't know what to tell parents with a gifted son who hits harder than anyone else. I watched these athletes bang heads Friday night, Central Catholic and Pine Richland. And their size and their speed is frightening. Is that more dangerous, what could happen to them physically from injury? Or what could happen to them as a kid with someone throwing millions of dollars at them? I don't know. We're going to find out. Because it's happening right now. Right in our backyard. To young men come from really poor families who are now going to be making $250,000 as freshmen in college. I hope they're okay, but it worries me a lot. It worries me that they become meat on the hook. Fantastic book written about Nebraska football decades ago. And at the end of the day, folks, isn't it about the young people? Isn't it? Isn't it supposed to be anyway?
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Your home equity could vanish almost overnight, stolen by scammers who forge a deed and transfer it out of your name. The FBI calls it house stealing, and the worst part is you may not know it until it's too late. Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO for a 30-day free trial, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now. Promo code RADIO.
Millions are choosing NordVPN to stay safer online. Get NordVPN today with 77% off and up to 3 months extra. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic and help you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. Get the special NordVPN deal today at NordVPN.com. This offer includes a 77% discount on a 2-year plan and up to 3 extra months. Savings and additional terms apply and can be found on NordVPN.com. The offer is valid until October 15th.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing's going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor. Fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune into the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors, Saturdays at 1. Beth talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Don't go into retirement unprepared. Listen every Saturday afternoon at 1 to the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors. Firm offers insurance services. Net Worth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 70 degrees under partly cloudy skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Pat Septak. A building was left significantly damaged following an explosion in Elwood City this morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the story.
The blast happened just after midnight on the 600 block of Mount Vernon Drive. The explosion tore through what used to be a school building, now home to several small businesses, including a local brewery. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation, but officials say a gas leak is the likely culprit. Columbia Gas and the State Fire Marshal are both assisting alongside the ATF, which has been notified due to the scale of destruction. No one was inside at the time and no injuries have been reported. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A man is hospitalized with burns to his legs after a boat caught fire along the Allegheny River. It happened around 3 yesterday afternoon near Harmer. The boat had just been filled up with gas at the Fox Chapel Yacht Club before it burst into flames. Pennsylvania State Police say a suspect is in custody in connection with a series of fires that broke out over Labor Day weekend in Greene County. A total of 5 separate fires occurred in Waynesburg Borough and the surrounding areas, namely at St. Anne's Church, Buddy's Motel, and multiple residential properties in the area. Police say no injuries were reported as a result of the fires. State officials say that 37-year-old Jess Patterson Jr. has been taken into custody and faces charges including arson and burglary. A preliminary hearing is set for September 15th. Congress is back in session today with a fight to release the Epstein files on the table. Members on both sides of the aisle are calling for the release.
This is coming in hot, as they say. A short time ago, we heard from Kentucky Republican Tom Massey, who, along with California Democrat Ro Khanna, has been pushing this bipartisan resolution calling for the full release of the files related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. Well, a short time ago, Massey said that he will file his discharge petition to try to force a vote on this issue. That discharge petition is usually a way for lawmakers to kind of go around the traditional process if they can get 218 signatures.
That is CBS News' Nicole Killian reporting from Capitol Hill. A father and son found shot to death in a Pleasant Hills home early this morning, or I should say early Monday morning, have been identified. The bodies were found in the 400 block of Nantucket Drive. The Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the men as 72-year-old Edgar Dawson and his 38-year-old son Bradley Dawson. The County Police Homicide Unit is investigating and asks anyone with information to call County Police. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 395 points. The NASDAQ is down 249 points, and the S&P 500 is down 71. KDKA Sports, the Pirates host the Dodgers tonight, first pitch at 6:40. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time is 11:03. Recently lost your health insurance or don't have insurance through an employer? Call One Health Benefits today at 724-799-8873 for affordable options. It's 70 degrees under partly cloudy skies in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment. nestexpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford, nestexpressions.com.
Back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
For 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people relieve their pain and live a more comfortable life. And we appreciate working with great doctors like Dr. Pamela Maida.
The Good Feet Arch Support System can not only alleviate but also eliminate the pain from plantar fasciitis, neuromas, and bunions.
And Dr. William Spielvogel.
The Good Feet Arch Support System can be highly effective for pain relief. In addition, better balance, better stability, better function.
The wonderful thing about the Good Feet Arch Support System is it gives you a pep in your step. You walk with confidence. Your posture is better, you're well aligned, you're ready to take the day on.
Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have an accident in the Esplin section of the city. Crews are working with this one on West Carson Street at Stanhope Street. A very busy part of West Carson there, so you would find some slowdowns. Just minor slowdowns now on the Parkway West inbound before the Fort Pitt tunnels and on the Parkway East inbound over by the Edgewood Swissvale interchange. Do want to remind you of some road crews back at it this week after the long holiday weekend. They're working on the off-ramps from northbound Route 28 during your daylight hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. through this Friday. And so they're working at the Etna exit number 4, the Route 8 South exit toward the 62nd Street Bridge, the Fleming Bridge in Sharpsburg, also the Highland Park Bridge, and then the exit number 7 for Delafield Avenue. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A relatively nice afternoon with a blend of sun and clouds. There can be a spotty shower over the Laurel Highlands this afternoon, our high 79. Tonight starts out partly cloudy, then turns mainly clear late, though 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contract. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap Good RX. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I've worked in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma City. Worked in Texas, Wichita Falls, and Dallas. Worked in L.A. L.A. did not have, I didn't get to see, I wasn't a party to any kind of dogfighting stuff there. But everywhere else that I worked in those states, it was a big deal. It was a big deal in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, dogfighting, Tulsa. It was a big deal in North Texas, Wichita Falls, and saw some large-scale dog fights that we shot undercover in Dallas and exposed and had them shut down and had people arrested this old wound of the pain inflicted upon dogs and how their handle was opened up late last week when a very concerned young man sent me a series of videos from, looked like the basement of a local house, full of dogs, ready to fight. And how do I know this? I sent this to the guru. In the videos on social right now, I sent this to the guru, the best dog trainer I've ever known, Paul Anthony, joining us live. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. How are you?
Okay, so I want to throw some numbers. ASPCA estimates that hundreds of thousands of dogs are forced to train, fight, and suffer in dog fighting operations every year. 16,000 deaths. Dogs die from dog fighting. Are those numbers accurate, sir?
Absolutely, and it's probably higher.
Really? And
yeah, I don't think people understand, even in this area, how much dog fighting has evolved into like a big money sport for some of these people.
So I sent you that video clip, and the guy sent me like 8 different videos of dogs all over the basement of this house. When you saw those clips of those dogs, what's the first thing you thought, sir?
Oh, there's no doubt that there was some kind of ill intent involved with that.
What physically was? I keep stuttering here. I'm trying to get this out. What showed in these particular dogs? What had been done to them that is used?
So a lot of dogs, the cropped ears is one.
What is that? Tell me what that is, because all these dogs had, in my little, I don't know, crap, but they had weird ears. Looked like they were cut off. Go ahead.
Yeah. So let me go back to history. Yeah. Even when I was in Europe and Russia, Czechoslovakia, Poland, they still have shepherds there and everything else, guardian livestock, which they do like take off the ears. Wow. They take off the ears because they do guard their flock, and there are wolves there, and they don't want the wolves to grab the ears or anything else.
Well, so that's where they go in a fight? They go after each other's ears?
Oh, yes. Oh. And the ears bleed profusely. And so they take that off. That way the wolf can't grab the ear, things like that. So I understand that part when there's a livelihood involved with and the death of a dog can happen. I understand that. As far as the cropping with the ears for dog fighting, they bleed a lot. The other dog can grab onto that. The other dog can't get away. So that's why they crop a lot of ears.
So when they get the dog, and I don't want to speak for you, just correct me if I'm wrong, they intentionally cut off the ears pretty much, clip them, right?
Absolutely. We do a lot of work for Doberman Rescue, and the last dog we had was a female named Machi, and the people actually tried to do it by themselves with a razor blade, and the dog had no ears. And, it was terrible to see.
And so in the case of these pit bull mixes, that the room's full of them, there's at least 15 dogs, they all had that same characteristic, did they not?
Oh, absolutely. And, the cropping also, guys measure, how tough they are sometimes by their dogs. And if the dog looks rough, oh, absolutely, I'm rough. And they'll cut the ears off for that reason also.
Wow. All right, so as I mentioned, it was big in Oklahoma. In one federal case in 2025, they charged a man with having 190 pit bull dogs used for fighting. Largest federal case ever. Do you see organized pit bull dog fighting rings in Western Pennsylvania, sir?
Absolutely, Marty. And you would not believe some of the people involved in the dog fighting.
Really?
Some of the people, and I'll go offline with you and I'll give you a few, but absolutely 100% Western Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, a lot of dog fighting in this.
Where and when and how?
Oh, it could be in a house, and what they do, they'll put a carpet down in the room. They'll they'll fight the dogs. No one knows. And then they'll bet on it. And when they're done, roll up the carpet, throw it away, all done.
Wow. How often in Western PA?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I am not an expert on that. I would not be surprised if in the tri-state area that it doesn't go on somewhere every night in a different location by different people.
I've been told they're tough to bust, too. Is that fair? Tough to break up.
Oh, absolutely. Like, these guys are basically a big criminal element.
It's amazing.
But they tell no one, okay, this dog's going to meet, the handlers come, and very few people, and then it's done, over with, okay.
How many dogs have you had after the fact when they're torn up? How many?
I would say probably in my training career, probably close to 50. I actually owned one that came from a fighting group. His ears weren't cropped, but he was definitely, they busted the guy. I got one of the dogs, and the dog was an amazing dog, but I'm telling you, around another dog, it would have killed another dog.
Oh, wow.
No doubt.
In that video I sent you, clearly they were being set up to fight, those dogs.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Can you hang, brother?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we got to talk about how we stop this. Amazing. Amazing. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, how about Bowser? My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, we have an earlier accident, Marty, that is being cleared again on West Carson Street in Esplin, right by the intersection with Stanhope Street, so do watch out for that. Up in Indiana Township, this is just coming into us. We're getting reports of an accident on Saxonburg Boulevard at McClellan Drive, so heads up as you're traveling there. Elsewhere around the commute, it's not too tough. Parkway East inbound slows a bit for you between Edgewood Swissvale and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Heading toward the eastern suburbs, no problems through the Squirrel Hill tunnels. All is rolling well there. Parkway West just has a minor delay before the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
Kimberly Allen here with Corrigan Moving Systems. Corrigan Moving has been family-owned and operated since 1929, specializing in local and long-distance moves. We also offer packing, storage, and much more. Corrigan is ready to provide you a stress-free and simple relocation. For a free quote, go to CorriganMoving.com or give us a call at 724-237-4578.
Carlos is my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbors' yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing, best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Can't make it to the big game or local event? Don't let your seats go to waste. Make a difference with those tickets and donate them to Tickets for Kids charities who will put a kid in need in our community in your seats. What you'll give is so much more than a ticket, but an opportunity for a kid to see a bigger world and their place in it. All thanks to your donation. Learn more about how you can make a tax-deductible donation of cash or tickets at ticketsforkids.org. That's ticketsforkids.org.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
we asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Guy sent me a significant number of video, wants us to get dogs rescued from a house where the man has a house full of dogs and all the ears have been cropped and there's discussion about fighting. And I sent it as we get Paul Anthony involved because he's an expert on this and has seen a significant number of these sorts of things. What amazes me is the jagoffs, and I mean this in the nicest way, on Facebook, that these dogs aren't used for fighting and that everybody cuts their ears up because it's pretty. Come on, Paul. These people are full of crap, are they not, sir? Can't hear him.
At all. I know some people do. That's fine. I am against that.
When they go to fight, how many of them die?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. That some of them die from the injuries, or they usually stop it during the fight. But due to injuries, sometimes because they don't seek medical attention, they usually do it on their own. So, yes, some of the dogs do die.
And when they're rescued, are they a danger because they have been bred that way? Are they a danger to be a pet, sir?
They're usually not bad with people. They are very bad with other animals.
Really? So as soon as they see another animal, they get aggressive?
Oh, you can't believe the dogs that we have down here. And, it's again going back to that sporty pit bull. Yes,
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you been attacked by a dog that was used for fighting in the process of you trying to train that dog or help that dog?
No, I have not. And actually, like I said, most of the fighting dogs that I have dealt with were very good with people.
What I noticed, and I know you know this, we're in a very social media influence world. I can find video on anything and everything. To your point about the secretive nature of this business, there's very little out there that's captured on tape.
Yeah.
Right?
I have a prison program.
Yes.
I have a prison program. Just like a police officer.
Hold on, tell people what you do in the prison. It's actually beautiful. Go ahead.
We send dogs up there for the inmates to train as therapy dogs or service dogs.
Yes.
And we have been very successful doing that. It's at SCI Forest up in Marion.
Yes.
But going through there are people not in our program because they're not allowed to be in there that have fought dogs. I've asked them questions. I've sat down with them, not because I like it, but because just like a police officer, it talks to a drug dealer, hey, where do you hide the drugs, this and that. I want to know more about what you guys are doing and this and how you're doing it, how you're hiding, what medical care you're doing. I want to know all that. and it is so secretive, Marty. It's unbelievable what these guys go through to fight a dog, but yet to be secret.
Hard because of what you're saying for any animal groups to crack down or enforce any law regarding this subject, right?
Oh, 100%, absolutely. You have a better chance of catching a drug dealer more than you do in busting a dog fighting.
It's amazing.
In my opinion.
Have you been at all, ever, to a dog fight?
Oh, no, absolutely. If I knew there was a dog fight, I'd be the first one to turn them in. I actually did an investigation with a police department in 2015, helped them a little bit, and I'll go over that with you off the air.
Yeah. And the bottom line, it's money and competition. Serious money, right?
Oh, big money.
Give me an
big
example.
Money,
Throw some numbers out there.
Oh, some of the dogs you're looking at, some of the grand champions, you're looking at $100,000.
Whoa. For a pit bull?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for a grand champion that's going to breed other dogs and
So hold on. So there are
puppies.
grand champion pit bulls as fighters that are bred to have other fighting dogs. It's that detailed.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Just like there's beagles for hunting, German Shorthairs for hunting. Yes, it goes by lines and pedigrees and genetics and everything.
Oh. Oh, Anthony, thanks, brother. You're the best. Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, sir.
It's scary, and it's dramatic, and it makes me sad. The dogs deserve better, and we deserve better. I have seen a significant number of pit bull arrests in the South and Southwest. I saw them in Texas. I saw them in Oklahoma City. I saw them in Tulsa, a little bit in Los Angeles because they have serious dog fighting out there as well. In certain Hispanic groups, that is something they do in certain neighborhoods. I have not been privy to a dog fighting investigation in Western Pennsylvania. But Paul says they exist. Paul says they're big money. And the video that was sent to me by a concerned citizen suggests that they're out there and they're being bred to fight and then die. And it's an awful, awful, disgusting way to treat animals. And I hope that when we provide these videos to the insiders, that'll make a difference and get whoever is raising these dogs to have them as fighters, get them brought to justice. I appreciate Paul Anthony. Traumatic stuff.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Don't let summer slip away. Your last-minute summer adventure at Deep Creek Lake is here. Upgrade your getaway to a luxury SWAC Vacations Lodge with its own private indoor pool, a hidden speakeasy, even a private lazy river. Book any 3-night stay before Labor Day. Get $500 off. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, a massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone, and many more great destinations. Visit swacvacations.com, use code LAKE500, claim your $500 discount.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text FIRM 66 to 32 32 32. FIRM 66 to 32 32 32. Firm 66 to 32 32 32. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 73 degrees under fair skies at 11:30. I'm Pat Septak.
This just in. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Slippery Rock University is conducting a security sweep of its buildings at this hour after the school received a bomb threat. On its website, the university says it believes it is another swatting attempt, but they are conducting the review as part of its standard procedures. Slippery Rock has a listing of all the buildings that have been cleared at sru.edu. Kraft Heinz is splitting into two companies a decade after their mega food merger. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
In a bold move to reshape its future, Kraft Heinz announced plans to separate its business into two independent companies, signaling a major strategic shift for the global food conglomerate behind household staples like Heinz Ketchup and Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. The decision aims to sharpen operational focus and unlock shareholder value as the company responds to shifting consumer preferences and intensifying industry competition. The path to the merger of Kraft and Heinz began in 2013 when billionaire investor Warren Buffett teamed up with 3G Capital to buy H.J. Heinz Company. At the time, the $23 billion deal was the most expensive ever in the food industry. The official names of the two companies have not yet been released. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
There are lists for almost anything, and recently, Niche published the best on-campus dining options among their peers. News Radio KDK's Paul Alexander has the details.
Niche ranked 107 colleges in the Commonwealth, and among those in the Pittsburgh area, La Roche University was rated highest at number 9. Here are the other 5 schools in the area that also were ranked in the top 20. Seton Hill was 12, Penn West California 13, Robert Morris came in at number 16, IUP 17, and Slippery Rock was in the top 20 at number 18. If you're curious, Penn State was number 7. Niche says they use student reviews and meal plan costs to determine the grades. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 473 points. The NASDAQ is down 249 points. And the S&P 500 is down 85. KDKA Radio News Time is 11:32. Our next update at noon. I'm Pat Septak on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks. I spend just about every night now at UPMC Montefiore with my sister Barb, who is fighting the fight, pancreatic cancer. The greatest nurses, the greatest doctors, the greatest attentive staff I've ever been around. Every single hour, every single staff member dedicated to her fight against the warrior from hell, I call it, pancreatic cancer. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstad's. Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Register for Pittsburgh's Fall Fitness Classic. The Great Race 10K and 5K take place on Sunday, September 28th. It's all part of one great weekend, celebrating the Richard S. Caligiuri City of Pittsburgh Great Race, presented by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Get ready, Pittsburgh. The Women Who Rock benefit concert is back at Stage AE Friday, September 5th, starring icon Jessica Simpson, performing live, supporting McGee Women's Research Institute. Tickets at womenwhorock.info. Brought to you by Bowser Automotive, Coons Market, and Contos, Mangine, Killian, and Hassan. New to Rivers Casino? Join now and earn up to $1,000 free slot play. Stop by Rush Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Details at kdkaradio.com.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, we have reports of an accident, this in Oakland Center Avenue. Well, not actually, the upper hill, as you're heading maybe away from the PPG Paints Arena area and surrounding areas there. Center Avenue at Washington Place. We have crews responding to reports of an accident there, so do watch out for the slowdowns around that. Easy to spot the slowdowns on the Parkway West, where we have yet another accident. This is as you're coming eastbound or inbound, and it's just past the 2230 Route 60 interchange. And so you're traveling there in Robinson Township, and you have lots of busy crews tending to the scene there on the Parkway West. Once you get past all that, it's fine. Just a minor delay before the Fort Pitt tunnels and the Parkway East inbound, just stepping on the brakes between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds for the rest of today. Watch out for a shower this afternoon over the Laurel Highlands. The high 79. Partly cloudy this evening, mainly clear later tonight of 53. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy, high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tickets are on sale now for the upcoming season of the Pittsburgh Speaker Series presented by University of Pittsburgh and Heinz Hall with Dr. Anthony Fauci, Malcolm Gladwell, historian Doris Kearns Goodwin, former National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, National Geographic photographer Christina Mittermeier, former Russian political prisoner Vladimir Kara-Murza, and geopolitical economist Pippa Malmgren. For information and tickets, go to pittsburghspeakers.org, sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, we're back from it. Very long weekend. Hope you had a great time. Maybe even went bananas. It's a Tuesday, and we're back 2 to 6 right here. Colin Dunlap, KDK.
And several of the television stations I worked at, several of the radio stations I worked at, we have been attacked by ransomware. What is that? Generally someone from overseas, some entity, oftentimes Russians, quite frankly, hack into your system and in essence say, we got you, shut down until you pay us. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, it's hell on earth. And big-time companies, healthcare companies, have paid millions of dollars to allow themselves access to their data in this world of technology. I'm breaking overnight these heathens, and I use that term in a nice way. I hope they get snatched and thrown in jail ASAP, have gone after the Attorney General's office and their site. And we're lucky enough to have Dave Sunday with us. Good morning, Dave. This is irritating as hell, is it not, sir?
Good morning, Marty. It is. I think irritation is an understatement. And, you know, I think about it through the lens. Apparently, there's been an increase of 65% surge in attacks like this on government agencies. And I think about, you know, your small businesses with a few people. I think about, you know, these, you know, organizations that can be decimated by this. Oh. It is reprehensible, revolting, and extremely irritating, yes.
I'm telling you, my man, and you know this, Dave, because you're into this. Water systems have been shut down. Electrical grids have been shut down. Hospitals have been shut down. It's flat out dangerous, is it not, sir?
It is unbelievably dangerous, and I think that, the way that I approach my life professionally and personally is that, there's certain things you can't control, but you can always control how you react to it. And I think that a reaction to this on my part, once we're done with the investigation, will be many conversations, hopefully like you and I are having, where we can really bring to light what is happening and the danger on companies and government agencies. I think of the world we live in, and I think, and you and I grew up, I'm going to guess you and I grew up, Marty, in a world before internet even existed, right?
Yep.
And so, we as humans, we can get the job done. We have to be prepared to get the job done in the event of adversity or situations like this.
And I know you can't talk about much, but your office, I'm guessing, is on this big time because it has affected your folks trying to do their business, has it not, sir?
So it affected, obviously, as reported, it affected our ability to email. It affected our website. We are back up and rolling. And, we viewed it from day one as an opportunity to focus on the tasks we could focus on, but also say to ourselves, what do we have to do not only to do everything we can to hopefully not be in this position again, but how do we use those lessons learned when this is over to help train and work with everybody else to help get them up to this place? Because you said during the intro, your comment about these individuals, it is reprehensible. Yep. We have an entire society that lives and breathes off of technology, and technology is advancing so fast. And what we can't do is we can't stop, we can't rely completely on technology. We have to be in a place where we can adapt instantly and get the job done. And I just want to say I'm so proud of the 1,200 employees in the Attorney General's office because they reacted instantly. Everything kept going. There were no investigations that were impacted, no criminal or civil investigations that were impacted, and you just get the job done. End of story.
And I know you will, and when you do, let's drag them through the glass. And your office, and I know you're the boss, kicks ass here. One of my insiders sent me info. You grabbed the guy at the bus station here, snatched him. We was traveling here. He had a ton of methamphetamine, a ton of fentanyl in his backpack, and your dogs and your agents grabbed him up. They do a hell of a job here, my man. They really do.
Well, we did. Thank you for highlighting that. And again, let's focus on, the hardworking agents and line prosecutors that are doing these cases. Yep. Thank you for bringing that up. And you're going to see, and I don't know, I think the press release may have come out. I'm not sure. But, I'll be the first to talk to you about it. This past weekend, our agents collaborating with our federal partners just snatched up 5 kilos of cocaine out of Beaver County.
Nice.
And so, again, this is by working together with state, local, and our federal partners to focus all of our efforts and resources into removing this poison from our streets.
Dave Sunday joining us. This is actually a fascinating situation. You're in the Labor Day parade here, and the whole time you're marching. And by the way, there's great hope here for data centers and AI opportunities. Yeah. Conversely, though, and this is why I love you, because you get this stuff. Young man's parents sued one of these AI companies last week, suggesting that it pushed him to suicide. You're concerned about this and the power of it and the influence, are you not, sir?
Absolutely. I joined, and I do a lot of work in a bipartisan fashion. I joined, actually, a coalition of around 44 other attorneys general across the country where we all came together and we sent a message, and we sent an official message to some of the biggest companies out there, including Apple, Meta, Google, Microsoft, and we basically told them they have to get their you-know-what together, and they have to do everything they can to protect children and users from these chatbots, because these artificial intelligence chatbots are providing advice to children that is really adverse to their health and well-being. And oftentimes it's things that parents would lose their minds if they knew it was happening. And to your point, there's balance, right? There's great things with technology, amazing, stuff with AI, with the data centers. It's going to provide a lot of jobs. We have to be thoughtful, methodical, and we have to be balanced and make sure at the same time someone is making the noise to protect our children.
You did something else that I admire the hell out of you for, my man, is that, so here's what happens. Young man gets online, and this happens a lot, and there's a case right now where I'm living in Mount Lebanon. Young man gets online, a chat bot comes on, it's a young woman, he thinks, and lures him into sending her a picture, he thinks. A few minutes later, he gets a picture created by AI that's a deep fake video of him naked. And then this chatbot says, my man, send us money or die. And the kid either sends the money or commits suicide. This is real, and these videos are real, and you're deeply concerned, are you not, sir?
I'm very, very concerned. I mean, to start with, people that are hearing this, it's important for them to recognize that this isn't just something that, people came up with to talk about. This is very, very real.
It is.
These attempts are made, and this ties into, the bad guys that are trying to break into servers.
Yep.
Like, this is all technology being used by bad people to do bad things. And so to that point, I joined again. We led an entire effort here to send another demand letter to the major search engines to let them know they have to work hard to stop these deep fakes, these revenge porn sites. But to that point, it's very real. This happens all day. People try to get to us, meaning, citizens, through these methods literally all day long, every day. And I remind people, I'll say it now, anytime your child connects to the internet, there are bad people that will try to walk through that door to get to them. And when I was a kid, if someone wanted to get to me, they had to physically come into my house and they'd have to deal with my dad. In today's world, you could be in rural Pennsylvania, you could be anywhere. You connect to the internet, and bad people all over the world will try to get to you.
Wall Street Journal did an expose on exactly what you're saying. 5 young men who killed themselves, who were lured into this chatbot world where deep fake videos were sent out, and it crushed them to the point where they took their lives. This is real, my man. It's legit, isn't it, Dave? And it's dangerous as hell.
It's extremely real. It's extremely dangerous. It impacts children and adults. Through the course of my work as a prosecutor, I've seen many cases where adults fell victim to this. Middle-aged adults, aging adults, teenagers, people in their 20s. A lot of individuals, like we live in this, Marty, you talk to people all day long about all these issues. So you're sophisticated with, like, these problems. I'm a prosecutor. A lot of people go about their lives. They don't even know that this stuff is happening because they're just trying to live their lives and just work every day. And so it's critical for them to understand how serious this is. I mean, when you think about a young person taking their life, I mean, what an awful, horrific loss societally. I mean, that's just horrific.
Dave Sunday, give a damn, man. You seek out the truth, my man. I appreciate you being so aggressive and for joining us on such short notice. It's important. Thank you, sir.
Anytime. Have a great day, Marty. Take care.
Truly, my man gets it. He really gets it. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up as we continue to have crews headed to the scene of a reported accident. This in the uptown section of the city, Lower Hill area, Center Avenue at Washington Place. Do watch for that. Easy to see the delays around a different accident. This is over on the Parkway West as you're coming inbound between the Route 60, 2230 interchange and the I-79 interchange. So you definitely have slowdowns on the inbound side. Just going to cost you some extra time there, and outbound has some rubbernecking delays as well. Once you get past all of that, the inbound side of the Parkway West is just slowing for you right around the runaway truck. Sandpile Parkway East inbound just a little bit sluggish between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So if there's a big issue involving someone needing help, this is a fact. You can ask him. I text Rob Pierce. I'm serious. From Robert Pearson Associates. So, family that I knew was having issues with their loved one in a nursing home. Boom. Robert Pearson Associates. Interviewed the family. Represented the family. Fought for what was right for one of their loved ones. That's what he does. They got it 40 years, man. They have investigators. They have people that take care of this stuff. They fight for the right thing. Of Ozempic, a lot of folks have had side effects, bad side effects. Robert Pierce and Associates. Rob Pierce is a warrior for consumers. Folks, he gives a damn. Big time. Robert Pierce and Associates. 412-279-7229. 412-279-7229. Robert Pierce and Associates.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
A fire, it can change everything in seconds, but Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh is ready 24/7 to help restore what matters most. From smoke damage to full rebuilds, their experts are trained, trusted, and ready to work with your insurance. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van and get back to normal faster.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Sunday nailed it. Not to create a paranoia regarding AI, but it has a certain amount of power. And I could see, and Patrick and I have done this, we have sat back in the office and set up the AI platform, just talked to her for an hour, and it's weird. And I sat in 2 meetings in the last week and a half with a young man who's 19 who has this AI platform that he's pitching to big firms. And in one case, I sat down with Bob Tootie, with Tootie Mechanical, who's one of my boys. I grew up with him. And they gave Bob, they called up their platform and just told Bob to ask this AI platform any questions about HVAC. It was weird. I'm just saying it was weird. And Bob's an insider. Bob knows it all. 20 minutes of conversation. Back and forth. My air conditioner shut down. Oh, really? How? It just went out. Then step by step, troubleshooting. Then Bob asked the platform to send him a diagram. Boom, sends him a diagram. It's weird. So then fast forward. And this is now what we're seeing. I saw a piece this morning on CNN, and Patrick brought something up too, where so what happens is folks who are troubled, they have these relationships with AI. Patrick, it's fair to say this is happening, right?
Absolutely.
You and I called. My man turned me on to this. We're in the car one day for an hour, and he just kept calling up different AI platforms. And I got to say, for a guy my age who's been at this a while, it's a little unsettling and a little odd, isn't it? How fast it responds. It's bizarro world stuff.
For me, it's more unsettling the different modes some of these have.
Yeah.
The AI companion. So it's there to be your friend and just chat, but there's also an AI like romantic companion.
Hold on, to his point, to Patrick's point, and he's right on again. So, Patrick, we could see in a perfect world that would be nice. But in the world where so many folks are so vulnerable, they start to buy into what AI is selling. This is my friend. I care.
Well, yeah.
He cares. It cares.
To me, it's just like these people that go down the rabbit hole, whether you're far left or far right, and you only listen to things from that point of view, you go deeper down that rabbit hole. Well, you're doing the same thing with one of these like AI chatbots. You're going down the road of this thing that's only telling you good things you want to hear. And they start to, get infatuated with it. It becomes real to them.
And it becomes their friend. It becomes this future shock thing where we saw that movies made about a guy who had this relationship with his phone. We're like, that's BS. It's actually happening.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
And now folks are saying,
is this something that we're getting before we're ready for it?
For some people, I think that's fair. There are people that aren't ready for this.
It's actually a hell of a question. And I think it's relevant as hell. You have a young lady sitting there. Come in here, please. Please, hurry. She's our next victim. Actually, it's very relevant. Right in front of this microphone, please. Yes. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Anna Becknam.
And Anna's a producer here, just got hired. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
Okay, so you heard the Attorney General talking about these deep fake videos and how scary they are, right?
Yeah.
Then you heard the discussion about AI and how we're now seeing specific cases where young people, folks who are unstable, are having relationships with AI. Do you buy that? Do you see this weirdness of it?
Yeah, I definitely believe that people are actually having like relationships and real conversations with AI. I know some people, like acquaintances over the years, who like talk to their Snapchat AI because they integrate these onto like social media platforms. And there's like a loneliness epidemic. I feel like in like, the younger generation, and I think that putting those like AIs onto those platforms is only feeding into like people getting like these delusions.
No, you're spot on. So this platform becomes your friend group.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
Right? It's I don't know what to say about it other than we got to keep an eye on each other here.
Well, yeah, well, think about this. Let's go back 15, 20 years when people were just instant messaging with people they don't know. So this is essentially that, but now it's not even real people. So it's it's a thing you don't know, and you don't know how it's going to react and what it's going to tell you, and you don't know if you can even trust it.
And by the way, I love the information. The information's insane that it gives us.
Yeah, but also it's not verified information.
No, it isn't.
And the AI algorithms just pull from things on the internet. So it could be pulling from like Reddit, which is just like a bunch of nonsense.
You're right.
And it spews this like misinformation to these people who are unknowingly receiving this and taking it as fact or as like these things, and they don't know it's not real.
They really
information.
don't. They really don't. And then they act on false information.
Yeah.
No, you're right. And she also said something profound. Young people become isolated by this stuff. Mm-hmm. Their phone becomes their friend. That's it, right?
Yeah. It's sad.
And they shut down, do they not?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great stuff, and it's also dangerous. Thank you.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-525-7718. 800-525-7718. 800-525-7718.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 75 degrees and fair at 12 o'clock. I'm Pat Septak. Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday says his office was the victim of a ransomware attack earlier this month. He tells Marty Griffin on KDKA that the attack impaired many functions of the agency.
It affected our ability to email. It affected our website. We are back up and rolling.
He says an investigation is underway, but he won't stop there.
Once we're done with the investigation, will be many conversations, hopefully like you and I are having, where we can really bring to light what is happening and the danger on companies and government agencies.
Sunday says there's been a 65% increase in such attacks like this on governmental agencies, and he calls such acts reprehensible and revolting. Slippery Rock University is conducting a security sweep of its buildings after the school received a bomb threat. On its website, the university says it believes that it's another swatting attempt, but they are conducting the review as part of its standard procedures. Slippery Rock has a listing of all the buildings that have been cleared at sru.edu. A building was left significantly damaged following an explosion in Elwood City this morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has that story.
The blast happened just after midnight on the 600 block of Mount Vernon Drive. The explosion tore through what used to be a school building, now home to several small businesses, including a local brewery. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation, but officials say a gas leak is the likely culprit. Columbia Gas and the State Fire Marshal are both assisting alongside the ATF, which has been notified due to the scale of destruction. No one was inside at the time and no injuries have been reported. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Is Pittsburgh on the dawn of a whole new era here in southwestern PA? State Senator Wayne Fontana says we are. He tells the BK Morning Show that he believes we are in the third renaissance for our region, but the key to making it all happen is to organize.
It's a matter of prioritizing what's first, not to be scattered about where it goes and how it goes and those types of things. We have the location, we have the land, we have the educated workforce. We have all those things in position. We can't mess it up now.
He says political leaders, business leaders, AI techs, the Allegheny Conference, and the Chamber of Commerce all need to get together and communicate what those priorities are. A judge has ruled President Trump's use of the National Guard during immigration protests in Los Angeles was illegal. The judge found the actions violated the Comatos Act, which prohibits the use of the Army and Air Force for domestic law enforcement purposes. Laurie Levinson is a Loyola Law School professor.
One of the really interesting things about Judge Breyer's decision is that he makes a point of saying that President Trump did not send in the troops under the Insurrection Act, and therefore the Posse Comitatus Act definitely applies that he cannot use military officers to do the work of domestic law enforcement.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 555 points. The Nasdaq is down 249 points, and the S&P 500 is down 96. KDKA Sports, the Pirates host the Dodgers tonight. First pitch at 6:40. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. KDKA radio news time is 12:04. Thinking about retiring but worried about high health insurance costs? Call One Health Benefits today at 724-799-8873 and learn more about affordable health insurance plans. It's 75 degrees and fair in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Day life in your RV. RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp data bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds for the rest of today. Watch out for a shower this afternoon over the Laurel Highlands, the high 79. Partly cloudy this evening, mainly clear later tonight, though 53. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy, high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, is back. This week, the Quips host Avonworth in Week 2 with a bonus Saturday game as Central Catholic faces Woodland Hills at Canton, Ohio.
Presented by Invisalign, Allegheny Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider for high school football. Giant Eagle, Keystone Custom Apparel, and brought to you by the U.S. Navy. Forged by the Sea. Remarkable Auto Works, collision repair and service make your car remarkable. Red Ribbon Soda, Pittsburgh's Pop, and by Noble Environmental.
High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I heard the promotion for the high school football coverage. I got to say something here. I listened to Larry on Friday night, and I sent him a text. I was having flashbacks to the old days because I'd sit there with my dad, and we would put Myron on the radio and then watch the football game on TV. Did the same thing Friday night, listening to Larry and then watching Central Catholic on television. Larry's magnificent. He's a great man. He does amazing work, and I had to tell him that. And he's a special talent. And actually a gift to this radio station in this community. Larry Richard, man. Bringing it. Transitioning here. I got a tip over the weekend that there's going to be some trouble, depending on what you think trouble is, at a local, what would I call, refuge for immigrants, teenage kids, and that ICE was preparing to crack down, which turns out to be true. Conversely, front page of the paper, big story about a lot of you folks, not me included, that are going to these kind of secret meetings where you're given orders on how to follow and track down ICE and point out the raids they're conducting, making this whole issue front and center in our discussion this morning with my friend. We've become good friends now because he's so good at this and he gets it. Joseph Patrick Murphy, the best immigration lawyer in this town. Good afternoon, brother. How are you?
Good afternoon, Marty. Nice to have you. Nice to be on.
I sent you this piece from the PG, which is fascinating, that this growing group of, I would say, of folks who support the immigrants is gathering with the intention of, in essence, pointing out ICE sucks. Why are you here? You suggest that's not a good plan, don't you, sir?
Well, and to a certain extent, you're playing right into the hands of the Trump administration. I've been talking about this for months. They don't have a very big deportation force, and I think they're relying on shock and fear to get people to self-deport. It's a much more cost-effective and less dangerous method of accomplishing their agenda. So, if you're working everybody up with this app and reporting ICE sightings and you're adding to the environment of fear. I know people have it anyway, and they feel like this gives them some control. But what are you really going to do? You're going to report that ICE arrested somebody, and they're gone, and they're not at some place anymore. I have even seen, I don't know if it's this particular system that the Post-Gazette was writing about, but I have even seen around here systems like this abused, where people put reports into the system that a competitor's business had ICE in there arresting people just to get. Oh yeah. We've all read the Crucible. We know how people can be, and it's already being used in that way, much like the Salem witch trials were used to off enemies and people you don't like.
Joseph Patrick Murphy, prominent immigration attorney who I was texting with and bothering him actually quite a bit yesterday on his Sunday. but he's so engaged and so tied into this that I have to, because he's the best out there. I got an inside tip that ICE was planning to go after, to arrest, to deport, legally, I would argue, and they would too, older teens from the Holy Family Institute. You've heard the same thing, haven't you, sir?
Yeah, it was really kind of unusual because it appears to have been targeted exclusively at Guatemalan children.
Yes.
There's been rumblings about this. You hear from different things. You start seeing court dates canceled. That's kind of the tip-off if they're not planning on having them here for court. And then at around, it started around 1:30 a.m. Central Time. Children were awakened at one of these centers, very similar to the one we have, and they told them, we're going to the airport, kids. And they took, I think the total was 76 children processed for a flight. Some of the lawyers who've been watching and seeing which way the wind was blowing were aware that this could and probably would happen sometime soon. They went right to the judge and they got that stopped. It doesn't look like all the kids have been returned. It doesn't look like any of the planes got off the ground. Maybe one did.
But this is the plan, by the way. This is the Trump plan. These kids don't have family here. Get them the hell out of here, in essence, putting it mildly, right?
Well, some of those kids have very good claims. Some of them may have been trafficked and have valuable information for the government. They will give them green cards and stuff eventually if they're cooperating and supplying information. Some of them have valid asylum claims. Some of them are victims of abuse. They're running away from abusive parents, perhaps. They're entitled to do things here, too. But interestingly, the government has taken the position that Guatemala itself requested the return of their children to avoid them aging into adult detention.
Wow.
But so I don't know if this is something, and I'm not making, Guatemala is a great place. I'm certainly not going to make fun of Guatemala.
No.
But over the last 10 or 12 years, the vast majority of people that we've gotten aren't really, it seems to be from Guatemala and not even Mexico. I mean, they all go through Mexico. But there's an awful lot, like there are disproportionately represented Guatemalans. But it makes sense that any kind of sweep like this would contain more Guatemalans, but this is exclusively them. And I suspect that's probably part of how they were able to get an injunction against this sort of behavior.
Yeah, so people know this. This was just put on hold. This has been, in essence, been put on hold by a federal judge, has it not, sir?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes. There's a hearing coming up. I got a notes here.
By the way, he's so good. He's going through paperwork coming down right now, so I love him. Joseph Patrick Murphy.
14-day hold, temporary restraining order. 14 days from August 31st, so that would be September 14th.
I love the fact that you're so engaged. So just so people know, you've never, ever been buried like this in your whole career, ever, have you, sir?
Oh, no. I mean, I've been through it a couple times here. The last great big wave of migration was people from the Soviet Union. A lot of them showed up here in Western Pennsylvania. I ended up marrying one.
That's amazing.
But like today, I was triple booked in immigration court. I've got people in the lobby right now waiting for me. I've got to go to a traffic court because it's an absolute nightmare. One of these non-citizens gets caught in a traffic stop, and it can very quickly spiral into detention, deportation, very expensive immigration court hearings. So, you've got to manage that too. And
I cannot let you go because this is pertinent and relevant. The Emiliano's case where they raised $150,000 almost to help these immigrants. And you represented quite a few of them, and 2 have been deported. Have you seen, or has anyone seen a red cent from that GoFundMe account, sir?
Not my lady, and she's suffering costs. That kid's looking at deportation, and it may end up being a matter of budget. And I'm going to tell you something. Wow. If that kid gets deported because they wouldn't give his family money to help him, well, I'm not going to let that happen, but
there could be other claims, is what you're trying to, right? There could be other claims.
Yeah, that's right. When they give money to a charity for the benefit of a third party, that third party has rights to that money.
No.
If I go to a car dealership and give them $50,000 and say I'm buying a Cadillac for Marty, and you go there and they won't give it to you, you can sue them, even though the contract was with me. So that's what's going on here. These people gave a lot of money to whoever. I don't even know. We call it the Emiliano's fundraiser. Nominally, we don't know who organized
They
this.
never returned any of our calls or any of our. We tried to get info. Right. We tried to get them. Not a word. Nothing. Right. Zero.
And I've heard the names of other organizations attached to this thing. So, you don't know where the money's going. You don't know who's controlling it. But what I do know is it's not going to the persons that it was collected for.
My man, Joseph Patrick Murphy, the best going. I appreciate your candor. Truth to power, my man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Marty. Bye-bye.
Best in the biz.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Carlos is my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbor's yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing, best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing is going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor. Fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Your home equity could vanish almost overnight, stolen by scammers who forge a deed and transfer it out of your name. The FBI calls it house stealing, and the worst part is you may not know it until it's too late. Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO for a 30-day free trial, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now. Promo code RADIO.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
Well, folks, fall is fast approaching, and the September Weiner Wellness Weekend is the 19th and 20th with workshops from 10 to 2 on Friday and Saturday featuring Dr. Tracy Stroop, Dr. Len Branswitz, and Dr. Dennis Courtney. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 to 2, and, of course, lots of samples, healthy treats, all in honor of Jamie Dorley's birthday. The discounts on your favorite supplements start August 25th. All of this is the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Navy veteran and former chief of Fleet Cyber Operations, Commander Calvin Nobles, shares how cybersecurity is not just something we need to consider when going online. It's one of the most important elements that affects our military readiness.
Every platform, every military entity that's moving, that's operating, has some type of cyber or digital impact. Even my body heat gives a signature, right? And so everything we do is protected in that regard, and we take that into account. So we're not making ourselves more vulnerable to an adversary.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
We talk about homeless camps, and we post a lot of videos regarding tents and that sort of thing. Again, to illuminate the problem and to draw attention to it, and has resulted in the city taking action in several areas. We're going to do this tomorrow, but what happens is they just move around. So they're moving from one place to go to another. Rather disturbing a video and picture sent to me this morning, which we'll get into later in the day and try and address the problem, that homeless folks are starting to set up like full-blown tents in cemeteries, man. And I just... Look, I understand folks don't have a home. I understand it. It's very, very difficult. There's a housing crisis. A lot of these men and women have mental illness and or various addictions, and so they can't manage. But I just don't think we can tolerate. Man, this guy set up there were several tents set up in a cemetery with the toilet papers out there, and and it's a city cemetery, and it's just sacred ground, man. It means so much to so many people, and I just think it shouldn't. I mean, there has to be a better way than that. I just don't think that's tolerable, and we're gonna deal with that. I'm sending the video and pictures to local authorities. Hopefully, they get this taken care of today. Look, I don't want anyone hurt or beat up. I want folks to have a home. But man, these folks pitch these tents like right on headstone, like right beside a headstone. I think we got to do better. I just do. I think we have to. And I know a lot of because we've been there, a lot of these folks have drug problems and alcohol problems and mental illness problems, but we cannot accept these tent camps being set up in cemeteries. I don't think so. Hey, Eric, thanks for holding. I appreciate your patience. Go ahead.
Hey, Marty, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Yeah, so I recently bought a vehicle beginning of August 12th.
Yeah.
I needed a family vehicle as well as a good vehicle for business. I'm having a baby this month, September 23rd. So I needed a good family vehicle. And so I go to the #1 Cochran Nissan.
Right, hold on a second.
store.
Before we bring down and go after a massive car dealer, and I don't have the facts, I'm not blowing you off. I'm not ignoring you. But what I need you to do is email me the details. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Got it?
All right.
Thanks, my man. I am not blowing him off. But I don't think it's fair to anyone, to him, to his car, to any dealership, I don't care who it is, to just kind of make accusations and then go to a break. It just isn't. We'll take care of it. And Cochran's been wonderfully helpful in the past, and I'm certain they'll be helpful in the future. Once again, my man, if you're listening, thanks for staying on hold. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Thank you.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment. NestExpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford. NestExpressions.com.
Have you been to Piatta Italian Street Food, Pittsburgh's new favorite fast casual restaurant? Come try a hand-rolled piatta, fresh chopped salad, or tossed pasta like their carbonara. A comforting bowl of creamy Parmesan Alfredo, tomatoes, crisp pancetta, fresh spinach, and Parmesan. With 4 Pittsburgh locations in Oakland, Northway, South Hills, and North Fayette, there's a Piatta near you. Piatta Italian Street Food. Better food fast.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
Do you know what an ADU is, an accessory dwelling unit? I'm Lynn Hayes Freeland, and if you're anything like me, you have no clue what that means. That's why AARP is putting together a special workshop called Small Spaces, Big Impact, How ADUs Can Benefit Pittsburgh. Now, an ADU is something like an in-law suite or a cottage in the back of the house, a way to create living space that families can live together. Learn more at the workshop September 25th at 9:45 a.m., and you can register at aarp.org/local.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series presented by University of Pittsburgh announces its 25-26 season at Heinz Hall. 7 events will broaden your perspective and deepen your understanding of the world around you. Featuring Dr. Anthony Fauci, Malcolm Gladwell, historian Doris Kearns Goodwin, former National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, and National Geographic photographer Christina Mittermeier. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly sunny and 75 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Slippery Rock University is conducting a security sweep of its buildings at this hour after the school received a bomb threat. On its website, the university says it believes it's another swatting attempt. They're conducting the review as part of the standard procedures. Slippery Rock has a listing of all the buildings that have been cleared at sru.edu. A new report shows the local food bank distributed the most meals in its history. News Radio KDK's Pat Septek has the latest.
September marks the start of Hunger Action Month, and Brian Goulash of the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank says this new report surpasses their previous historic record.
Over the past 12 months, we distributed enough food for about 53 million meals, and that's a 5 million meal impact from the previous 12 months.
He says there are multiple factors that go into those numbers, including the rise in food insecurity.
Demand that has increased. There's other things like operational efficiency and ways that we're able to connect the community to just an overall more efficient operation to get food out to those who need it most.
He says the report also highlights one other disturbing trend, a significant uptick in the number of children relying on food assistance programs. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
Kraft Heinz to split in a strategic shakeup, marking a new chapter for the iconic food giant. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the details.
Kraft Heinz is shaking up its structure, announcing plans to split its business into 2 separate units, one focused on North America, the other on international markets. The company says the move will allow each segment to better focus on its unique customers and growth opportunities. While both will still operate under the Kraft Heinz name, the restructuring could pave the way for more strategic independence down the line. It's a major shift for the food giant as it looks to stay competitive in a rapidly changing global market. The transition is expected to begin in early 2026. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 513 points, the Nasdaq down 371, the S&P 500 down 91. KDK Radio News time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
You shouldn't go anywhere without Sniper. Larry Richard with Andy Amrine from EV True Value Hardware.
Sniper, your hospital-grade disinfectant, kills all those germs, bacteria, viruses, mold, everything, Larry. Sniper, your hospital-grade disinfectant. You need it for your home, your office, your car, everywhere. Let's get those germs killed now.
Simply spray and walk away. Available at participating True Value Hardware stores or online at disinfectwithsniper.com.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Register for Pittsburgh's Fall Fitness Classic. The Great Race 10K and 5K take place on Sunday, September 28th. It's all part of one great weekend, celebrating the Richard S. Caligiuri City of Pittsburgh Great Race, presented by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Get ready, Pittsburgh. The Women Who Rock benefit concert is back at Stage AE Friday, September 5th, starring icon Jessica Simpson, performing live. Supporting McGee Women's Research Institute. Tickets at womenwhorock.info. Brought to you by Bowser Automotive, Coons Market, and Contos, Mangine, Killian, and Hassan. New to Rivers Casino? Join now and earn up to $1,000 free slot play. Stop by Rush Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Details at KDKARadio.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today with a stray afternoon shower over the Laurels, the high 79. Partly cloudy this evening, mainly clear later tonight, though 53. More sun than clouds and pleasantly warm tomorrow, high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the Education Director of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Tim Neff.
Private First Class Lauren Hotchkiss of Allegheny County was awarded the Silver Star during World War II near Randazzo, Sicily on August 12, 1943. As a member of an advance party for Regimental Headquarters Company sent forward to establish a communications switch, Hotchkiss distinguished himself by his personal bravery and courage while under intense artillery fire from the enemy. After several vehicles had been destroyed by enemy mines and artillery fire, Hotchkiss went to the aid of several members of the party who had been wounded. He assisted in carrying the wounded men to a protected ravine. Throughout a period of about 6 hours, Private First Class Hotchkiss steadfastly refused to leave the area of danger and assisted in saving the lives of his comrades.
To nominate a qualifying hero for the Hall of Valor, please contact Tim Neff at 412-621-4253 or visit online at soldiersandsailorshall.org.
You'll always get quality product and tremendous savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. 80% lean fresh ground beef, $3.99 a pound. Whole seedless watermelons, $3.99 each. And plain or wavy essential everyday potato chips, 9-ounce bags, 2 for $3. Additional savings in our meat department. Ready to grill ahi tuna steaks, $9.99 a pound. Meaty, tender St. Louis style spare ribs, $2.99 a pound. In our produce department, locally grown sweet corn, $4.99 a dozen, and 1 pint of blueberries or 1 pound of strawberries, 2 for $6. In our deli department, fully cooked pulled rotisserie style chicken, $9.99 a pound, and made fresh in store Coons potato salad, $4.79 a pound. And this week, selected varieties of Coke, Sprite, or Dr. Pepper, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 3 for $15.
So get in on the tremendous savings you'll find every day at Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The Trump administration revoking Taiwan Semiconductor's authorization to send essential chip-making gear to its main chip-making base in China. That's to prevent Beijing from getting hold of cutting-edge technology. But potentially, it could curtail the company's production capabilities. Kraft Heinz made it official today, saying it'll split into two publicly traded companies a decade after a big merger. One will be made of Heinz ketchup, other condiments, and boxed meals. The other, slower growth products like Lunchables and Oscar Mayer hot dogs. Shares of Kraft Heinz down nearly 7%. Elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks are under a lot of pressure today by rising bond yields, worries about a slump in AI demand, and U.S. factory activity shrinking in August for a sixth month in a row. Right now, the Dow's down more than 1%, the NASDAQ nearly 2% lower, the S&P down 1.5%. And Starbucks says last week's return of its pumpkin spice latte led to record sales. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Heinz thing is fascinating because we take it personally because Heinz is from here and all this stuff. And I asked my son, do you know what they make here? He said ketchup. And I wasn't trying to call BS, but it's fascinating what happened with Heinz because we all saw this. I love Heinz. I love the brand. I love what it means to Pittsburgh. But you could say what it meant to Pittsburgh. They haven't made anything here in more than 15 years. In fact, I had a bunch of friends laid off when they did a big restructuring about 10 years ago. Thousands of local folks got laid off. It was a bloodbath. Again, wonderful company, wonderful presence, but not the presence folks think when they talk about a merger and new restructuring. Couple examples. And they called it at that time Operation Excel. Thousands of local people lost their gigs. They just did. So right now, those little ketchup containers with Heinz, they're made in Ohio, Fremont, Ohio. And most of it, the big bottles are made in Iowa. What do they have left? Some corporate offices, some people, and obviously the historic buildings, which are amazing, in the Heinz History Center, which is amazing. Not beating up on Heinz, just suggesting that game has changed dramatically. When I was a kid, Pittsburgh was the number 2 corporate headquarters in America. Number 2. Now it's not in the top 100. Times have changed dramatically. It's very difficult to have corporate headquarters in a city that doesn't really have a hub as an airport, and that's a lot of what's happening. Love Heinz, though. Wish them the best. All right. I want to talk about people and family in Pittsburgh and pizza, and I'll tell you why. They're all kind of intertwined, and pizza's very personal. I became friends with the fellas at Shuli's Pizza in Oakland for several reasons. We're kind of similar backgrounds, old school Italian heritage and bloodlines and relatives and work ethic and family. And I went to war with them a couple times on issues involving their building and the idiotic massive potholes in front of their business and construction that jacked them around forever. Not why I'm discussing this. I love them because they're family, and I'm not gonna make a point about this. So my sister is in really poor health, just horrible, and she's at Montefiore, and we stopped at Shuli's, which is right down the hill from Montefiore, on Friday. Myself and my wife and my son, and it's a really, really, really hard time. And you sit there with the Shuley family, the brothers, and they make you this pizza that they made by hand, and they've been there since 7 in the morning. It's 8 o'clock at night, and they're still smiling and still grinding and still talking about family and relationships and the significance of all that and how it all ends up being in front of you in terms of an amazing pizza. And they give you a glass of homemade wine. I mean, it's just old school throwback, everything that makes me feel good about this town and feel good about America and feel good about restaurants and feel good about pizza. And why I've always said that pizza means so much more. And there's something about having a meal, and it's the best Sicilian pizza I've ever had in my life. But there's a bias that I add to that because of how I feel about them, if you know what I mean. It's why I find so much value in family and relationships. And the Shuley brothers, that's all they do is work. That's it. No. They go to Italy where they have a place, which was their grandfather's place. They play soccer with their kids. They drive all over town. They'll make 300 pizzas in the morning and then work until night and beyond. in a building that their uncles worked in and grandfathers passed down recipes and making the same pizza the same amazing way for decades. Why? Because they give a damn. So what's my point here? That when they heard about my sister's illness, all they could express was their sorrow and grief. And can we send food to the room? What can we do to make it better? There's a magnificence in that. Because when you're clinging to life, as my sister is, and when you're clinging to her life, as I am, and my brothers and sisters are, and my sister's kids are, and her friends are, it ain't easy. In fact, it sucks. Nothing sucks worse, quite frankly. And I've been angry and depressed, and it's not about me. It's about my sis. It's about family and relationships and friendships. And that spirit that makes this town unique and better than any other. It's why I love it here versus L.A., where I lived, or Dallas, where I lived. It's because of that Shuley thing. Like, you're sitting there with your brother. He's talking about soccer in Italy and his knee. My man tore all the ligaments in his knee. I'm like, if I'm lying, I'm dying. 4 months ago. And he still works 14-hour days, and he still plays soccer on weekends. That, to me, is Pittsburgh, man. It's magical. And it's magnificent. And what it does is it fills a void in your heart that is ripped apart by trying to manage someone that you love in so much pain from cancer. It's not my story, it's our story. It's not my town, it's our town. It's Pittsburgh, and it's what makes it great. Of all the things that you can pick on about cities in America today, the violence, the drugs, the alcoholism, the mental illness, the griminess, there's greatness in the family businesses that you find in this town all over Pittsburgh. But on Friday night, it was right there in Oakland at Shuley's. And a magnificent family treating another magnificent family like family. And there's nothing better than that. And I'm grateful for that moment of solace.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. Openphone.com/TRY.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? Right here in our hometown, Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Bitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that, lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Bitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your pre-consultation at 724-934-8446, 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I pay attention to politics like you pay attention to politics. What's fascinating now is that whether you like Trump or not, he's finally might actually make a difference in Chicago. And I know you folks hate me for saying this, but I'm going to tell you why. Chicago has had a violence problem for 20 years. No exaggeration. We have had weekends in Chicago where 120 people have been shot. We've had weekends in Chicago where there have been 20 homicides. There are insane homicide numbers in Chicago. Now, it's a great city. It just is. You can't argue that. If you've been there, it's friggin' beautiful. Insanely good restaurants. Gorgeous downtown. Cops on every friggin' street. Amazing art. Very cool culture. Has a big city vibe to it, and a magnificence to it. However, just this last weekend, and again, this is kind of part and parcel to what happens in Chicago. 54 people shot this weekend, 8 killed. Just this weekend. 2 mass shootings in 48 hours in one neighborhood. It's always the same neighborhoods. Now, in the interest of fairness, and you might not want to believe this, but the FBI numbers suggest crime is down there, okay? But not down enough. It's the same argument we have about Washington, D.C. Crime is down there, but it's not down enough. And honestly, ask the folks on the streets of D.C., because the networks have, including the newspapers, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, overwhelmingly, poor folks, rich folks, white folks, black folks, Hispanic folks, overwhelmingly support having faces with guns on the streets of D.C. And overwhelmingly report that they'd like them to stay. Overwhelmingly. So now there's this political confrontation going on in Chicago where Trump calls the governor an idiot, the governor calls Trump a moron, and they just do this dance all weekend. However, big picture, if Trump sends 5,000 troops to those neighborhoods in Chicago, there won't be shootings. If they send those trucks and those National Guard members into those neighborhoods, there won't be shootings. Now, here's the argument, and it's valid. You're putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. All you're doing is pushing the problem somewhere else. Maybe so. But there's several facets of this that fascinate me. And by the way, I support the same thing in Pittsburgh, except I would use the sheriff's department. Why? Because Kevin Krause, on a number of occasions, said, my guys are ready. Let's go. Flood downtown. Flood Strawberry Way. Flood the marketplace with men and women who make us safe. Why? Because they can. Why? Because it's imagery. Why? Because it's safety and security. Why not do it in Chicago? Put all the politics aside. If you had the chance to make your town great again, whether you want to blame Trump or give credit to Trump, I don't care. But wouldn't it be nice if we could say, wow, no shootings in Chicago last weekend. Oh, there were 3,000 National Guard members on the streets. Okay. And they're armed. Okay. What's my point? My point is that if it makes a difference, why not do it? If it creates peace of mind, why not do it? If it delays one more homicide, why not do it? If it delays one more teenager killed or arrested, why not do it? If it delays one more mom becoming a widow, why not do it? Politics aside, man. And that's what this ends up being. I hate you, you hate me, so let's not talk. Can Trump do it? Kind of, sort of. He can declare it a federal national emergency area. He can send in troops and then let the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Chicago see what they can do. Will he do it? It's hard to know. It's hard to know. I wouldn't bet against it. The governor says the trend is that Chicago's safe. Okay. But I have watched this story evolve for well over a decade in Chicago, and it's been awful. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild if you're there, you don't believe that, because it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. And so then you say, it's just those neighborhoods. So those neighborhoods deserve that? Carnage? No way. And what happens there is the same thing that happens here. They juggle the numbers. They juggle the crime stats. They move this here, they move that there. But the truth is, bloodshed is bloodshed. And if there's some way to address that violence with cops, whether they're federal, state, or local, let's go. And then the process of slowing down the bloodshed, preventing homicides and gun charges, search out problems, search out solutions, find a way to engage. Most of it are kids without opportunities. Most of it are kids without educations. Most of it are kids without parents. It's the same narrative we've had in America for decades, and it's not going to change. And at the end of the day, the only way to address it now is to put boots on the ground. And why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? No homicides for a weekend. Probably. What should we do? Embrace it and hope for it here. Whether it's the sheriff's department, whether it's the state police, whether it's the county police, they all want to help. But for reasons of image, there has been pushback from the mayor, from the mayor's office, who has flat out told Kevin Krause, the sheriff, we don't want you here. We don't need your help. Pittsburgh's fine. Pittsburgh isn't fine. The South Side isn't fine. 3 major fights on the South Side over the weekend. The North Side isn't fine, as we have pointed out with a serial rapist roaming the streets over there, and a body found in the woods along a trail over the weekend. At some point, someone's going to have to acknowledge this disease of crime has affected our town the way it's affected the big cities like New York, Chicago, L.A., D.C. And at some point, we will have to have peace and law and order. I don't care how it gets done. It just needs to get done. There is no way Pittsburgh can prosper the way Pittsburgh wants to prosper without law and order. And you can suggest all you want about the great events we have and there's no crime, and you're right. However, if you meet me downtown right now, I will take you to places you won't feel safe. Downtown in broad daylight. And that shouldn't happen in a city this magnificent with so much potential. If I were the governor, I would embrace the notion, as the mayor of D.C. has. And by the way, she's getting incredible blowback from Democrats for just saying, look, we have a problem. Federal troops are helping us resolve it. Until you acknowledge there's a problem, you will never seek a solution. You'll just suggest it's better when it isn't. You'll hide from it. You'll lie about it. You'll deceive about it. But the only way to address this in Chicago, in Pittsburgh, in D.C., in Miami, in Detroit, you name it, boots on the ground and law and order. We need leadership in American cities suffering from neglect. Period. We need law and order people who believe that the only way America thrives is if its cities thrive the way they used to. Period. End of story.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Medicare can be a maze, but it doesn't have to be. I'm Lisa Loro with Secure Money Health, and I wrote the Ultimate Medicare book to guide you through every step. I've helped many people understand their Medicare benefits, and I would love to help you too. Learn the strategies that make Medicare manageable and ensure you're making the best choices for your health and finances. Visit MedicareBookOffer.com and grab your complimentary copy today. That's MedicareBookOffer.com.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment. NestExpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford. NestExpressions.com.
Hey, my name is Nee Addy, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Philo, the TV streaming service that puts its audience first. What does that mean? It means no hidden fees and no long contracts. It means 24/7 customer support with real people. And it means the easiest and most affordable way to watch the stuff you love to watch. Live TV from networks like A&E, BET, Nickelodeon, and Discovery. All the groundbreaking blockbusters from AMC+. A huge library of movies and shows on demand that you can stream now or save to rewatch for up to a year and fast forward through commercials. We even have more than 100 channels that are always free, even if you pause or cancel your subscription. And the best part, TV shouldn't break the bank. So all of this is just $28 a month when you sign up at philo.tv. Check us out risk-free. That's PHILO.tv.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 76 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. A building-by-building sweep is underway at Slippery Rock University after the school received a bomb threat this morning. At this point, they believe the threat is not credible, but the school said it is doing the thorough review as part of its security protocol. As each building is cleared, it's added to a growing list on the school's website at sru.edu. Slippery Rock says it will release more this afternoon once the sweep is completed. A building was left significantly damaged following an explosion in Elwood City. That happened Tuesday morning. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has that story.
The blast happened just after midnight on the 600 block of Mount Vernon Drive. The explosion tore through what used to be a school building, now home to several small businesses, including a local brewery. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation, but officials say a gas leak is the likely culprit. Columbia Gas and the State Fire Marshal are both assisting alongside the ATF, which has been notified due to the scale of destruction. No one was inside at the time and no injuries have been reported. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Pennsylvania State Police say a suspect is in custody in connection with a series of fires that broke out over Labor Day weekend in Greene County. A total of 5 separate fires occurred in Waynesburg Borough and the surrounding areas, namely at St. Anne Church, Buddy's Motel, and multiple residential properties in the area. Police said no injuries were reported as a result of the fires. State officials say that 37-year-old Jess Patterson Jr. has been taken into custody and faces charges including arson and burglary. A preliminary hearing is set for September 15th. A father and son found shot to death in a Pleasant Hills home early Monday morning have been identified. The bodies were found in the 400 block of Nantucket Drive. The Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office identified the men as 72-year-old Edgar Dawson and his 38-year-old son Bradley Dawson. The county police's homicide unit is investigating and asks anyone with information to call county police. County police continue to look for answers following a deadly shooting last year in Clairton. We have more from News Radio KDK's David Bolorado.
It was a year ago, September 1st, 2024, when police responded to a huge crowd on Clairton State Street. The early morning crowd finally broke up after shots were fired, injuring several people. That includes 28-year-old Derek Davis, who was shot in the back, got into his car, and then crashed. He was taken to a hospital and died. Allegheny County homicide detectives say there were up to 1,000 people on site, yet no one has been able to provide information about who shot Davis. They're asking people who saw what happened to step forward. They can provide an anonymous tip at 1-833-ALL-TIPS. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
No one won the Powerball grand prize last night. Tomorrow night's jumbo jackpot drawing will now be worth an estimated $1.3 billion at least. Cash option for tomorrow night's winner would be an estimated $589 million. That is pre-tax. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 438 points, the NASDAQ down 312. The S&P 500 is down 78 points. KDKA Sports, Pirates open a 3-game series with the Dodgers at PNC Park tonight. First pitch set for 6:40. It's game week for the Steelers. They will take on the Jets on the road Sunday. They'll kick it off at 1 o'clock. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Over 65 and still on your employer's health insurance? Call One Health Benefits today at 724-799-8873 to learn about the best Medicare plan to fit your needs. Right now, mostly sunny and 76 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
In the heart of our town, there's a place where community thrives. At Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, their members are not just customers, they're family. They're not just here to serve you, they're here to empower you. Your dreams, your goals, together, they'll make them happen. Join Allegiant today and be part of a movement that's shaping the future one member at a time. Shape your future with Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Visit AllegiantFCU.org. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by the NCUA.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontier show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A relatively nice afternoon with a blend of sun and clouds. There can be a spotty shower over the Laurel Highlands this afternoon, our high 79. Tonight starts out partly cloudy, then turns mainly clear late, low 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
Celebrate September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and take advantage of these huge savings. Zero Res.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So we had politicians that promised us that right now, in fact, I'm thinking that once they get this budget settled, which I'm thinking will be in the next week or so, that they'll get on this. We had politicians across the state in power promise us that they would push for granny cams. You familiar? Most states have their cameras in nursing homes, and they're all about accountability. And in other states, they've proven to save lives. And truth is, the data shows that they do. The data shows that most employees, if they don't like it, that means generally they're bad employees, and you don't want them anyway. But most of the employees embrace it if it's explained to them properly. And private investigators, family members, attorneys, leaders consider it a tool. And I made a promise that once we got into September, and here we are in September, that we got on this horse and ride it, and we have to. None of this happens, honestly, without my brother, my man, one of my boys, Bob Garvin. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good, Marty, and how are you doing?
If not now, never, right?
Welcome to the Alamo.
Right?
Right. Like I said, welcome to the Alamo.
And for you, not to be a jag-off, you call this your last stand, right?
51 years. This is the last one I'm going to be doing.
Throw some numbers at folks who are kind of thinking, why do we need these cameras? Throw some numbers at them.
Well, there are currently, according to DH records, 81,000 residents in PA nursing homes. If they were all in one city, that would be the 6th largest city in Pennsylvania. Of every person in Pennsylvania, 71% will end up in a long-term nursing facility at some point in their life. 22% of all people that will die in Pennsylvania this year will die in a nursing home.
Wow. Wow. And you're not suggesting they die because of that. You're suggesting in some cases it's their age, but in many cases it's abuse or neglect, and you have those numbers too.
Yes, and also conversion. DHS, the last good figures that they put out, and they're only guesstimates, was that 1,800 suspect deaths were reported to them in 2023. We don't have any data later than that. But if those projections are right, and then the increase in the population, which back then was 67,000, and now we know it's 81,000, that would mean there's over 2,200 suspect deaths that would take place this year in nursing homes.
And by the way, you've become sort of a kind of a, and I say it the nicest way, stalker to some of these state leaders, holding them accountable for pushing forward legislation. Have you not, sir?
Well, as you know, there's a group of 10 of us that are all volunteer experts in various ways concerning nursing home care. And across the state, we've talked to probably 20 different legislators, senators to this point at both the federal and the state level. And so far, we really haven't gotten anywhere. I'll be honest with you. That's why I wanted to talk to you and your audience today, because they have to know that your awareness is paying off, but we need their help.
Yeah. And there are, it's kind of a drip, drip, drip thing, but there are politicians who are saying, all right, I'll support it. We're getting some momentum, are we not, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, right now, can understand it. You know, the budget is a big issue. That affects every part of state government. But we also can't forget that it appears that we are losing a minimum of 7 people every day in nursing homes under suspect deaths. Now, again, they're suspect, but they don't have the availability to investigate them all. And DHS is in crisis, as you know. They're being audited by the state attorney general's office for inefficiency and a very low clearance rate.
Hey, tell our listeners why you think they would be a lifesaver. Seriously, tell them why.
Well, as you know, it's pretty extensive across the state since you started this. And we have over 60 documented cases that have been referred to DHS, 24 to the Attorney General's Office for criminal investigation. And of those, you heard 2 weeks ago, Rob Pierce told us he has over 100 pending lawsuits against nursing homes right now.
No, I got him coming. I got him coming up in 3 minutes to exactly what you're saying.
There you go.
You're spot on. What would the camera accomplish?
Sorry?
It's the eyes. It's the eyes watching, is it not? It's accountability, right?
We just had a woman convicted of 17 murders she committed in 6 different nursing homes. We have another one that we don't know how many she's been involved with because we don't even know who she was. Let me go back to just the 67 I know very well. We reviewed them, my group of experts. Every one of them, well, except for 2%, had there been a camera in the resident's room, we wouldn't be talking about it being suspect. It would have been definitively cleared. The nursing home did everything they were supposed to.
Hold on a second.
Or definitively, we got a problem.
Hey, Patrick's sitting here. He's a case in point. One of his close friends that Patrick took responsibility for, quite frankly, was in serious decline. And you had cameras put in to watch him, did you not, sir?
Yes, sir, we did. We put 2 cameras in his apartment. We were able to do that because it was his space only.
Right.
So with his permission and his family's permission and talking to the home, everyone agreed it was, allowed.
And it was of great benefit to you and him.
Absolutely. Multiple times, I would say it saved his life.
Give me an example.
There were times he was choking. There were times he had fallen and needed help getting up.
And you saw this on camera?
Saw this on the camera.
Wow.
We saw that he was there and needed someone in there. And, especially during COVID, the aides were not making their rounds as frequently as they used to. So they weren't in there checking on them in their rooms as frequently. So,
hey, Bob, what's the pushback, brother? What's the pushback?
Well, I got to comment on just what he said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, if you're, the legislation is simply about this. As Patrick just said, sure, you can put a camera in if the facility allows you, okay? And there are parameters, which was all covered in the Act. What the legislation makes that they cannot stop you from putting a camera in a resident's private area with permission, and not only that the facility doesn't have access to that camera. It's strictly the loved ones and the residents' prerogative of when and what they want on. So that gives another edge to, we better be doing what we're supposed to because we don't know when the camera is, and we can't review it ahead of time to get our story together.
Hey, you got 2 state leaders, Eric Weekneck and Larry Zimmerman, ready to go, right?
That's 2 more today, and we got a third one that our good friend Donnie out east.
Yep.
He's getting the dog bone. He's on it. But there's one other thing I think we need to tell your public.
Please.
They need to call their legislators now in the governor's office supporting these Grammy camps. And one other thing.
Yeah.
Your loved one is in a nursing home. You are trusting people to take care of them. One of the defenses is, and I'm telling you, 99% of these homes do a great job and provide excellent care with excellent people. But for that 1 or 2%, when they do wrong, the good people are obligated by law. It's called the Elder Justice Care Act to report these violations.
My man, can you hang out?
Sir.
Okay. I got Rob Pierce on hold. I want him on at the same time. Got to hang out. There's a lot more to this. You got to hear it. We need your help.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Crafted with our signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep. Bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text Firm 66 to 32 32 32. FIRM 66 to 32 32 32. Firm 66 to 32 32 32. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Have you heard of Piatta Italian street food? At Piatta, you can indulge in a bowl of creamy carbonara pasta or be healthy with a fresh tossed salad like their farmer's market with grilled salmon, or roll up the delicious flavors of Italy in a piatta, a wrap toasted to order and hand-rolled with fresh, authentic ingredients. With 4 Pittsburgh locations in Oakland, Northway, South Hills, and North Fayette, there's a Piatta near you. Piatta Italian street food. Better food fast.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Get ready for a Pittsburgh tradition this fall. The 42nd Annual Family House Polo Match presented by FNB is back. Saturday, September 6th at Hartwood Acres. Experience the thrill of professional polo. Stroll through a vintage car show. Enjoy food trucks, live music, kids' activities, tailgating, and more. Bring your friends, your coworkers, clients, or the whole family. Kids 12 and under get in free. It's a day of fun to help provide safe, affordable lodging for patients and families. Learn more at familyhouse.org/polo. See you on the field.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Do it today, man. Today. Today. Save a life today. I got Bob Garvin and Rob Pierce. Rob Pierce kind enough to jump in. Good afternoon, Mr. Pierce. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Marty.
It's not as simple as a camera solves the problem. However, you do have 100 cases, and you have said that you believe this would be a tool to protect people. Don't you think so, sir?
I think it's a great tool to protect people. And to be honest with you, I think it also protects the medical facilities.
Nice.
You know, the analogy I've always used is this is very similar to police cameras. The overwhelming majority of police officers perform their jobs properly, and any video coverage or camera footage will confirm that. Like I believe either one of your previous guests or Bob had mentioned, you know, we're talking about a very small percentage. But there are approximately 70,000 nursing home residents in Pennsylvania. If 1% are impacted, that's 70,000 people, or 7,000 people. If we can prevent some percentage, some small percentage from happening, that's a really good thing, and I think the legislation makes sense.
But you have felt the same pushback that we have you not, sir? What is it, man? What do you think? You're good at this.
I think sometimes people are afraid of change. I think sometimes our legislators don't fully understand all the issues. Again, that's why I try to focus on the positive.
Yep.
Look at police cameras. There are very few people that think police cameras or traffic cameras are not a good thing. It demonstrates, was the law followed or was the law broken? And it's literally black and white. And that's with modern technology. We should have that.
Hey, Bob, I agree with them. There are cops that I know that hated body cams. Now they say, bring it. Because it's a CYA thing, is it not, Bob?
Well, as you know, one of our experts very well is the officer who introduced not only the cameras, but the legislation nationwide for the legalities of it, when it can be used, when it can't be used, privacy and all that. So that's really a very strong point that we can cover, and we've even asked to be at these hearings when they have them. But the last thing, you know, the line of defense, I'm sure Rob would agree, we have a loved one in a nursing home. We entrust those people, and 99% of them do their job. But the one person that doesn't, the camera may prevent that, or give accountability. But the other problem we have is everyone who works in a nursing home is mandated by law to report abuse.
True.
The facilities do not want bad publicity or bad things reported, published by DHS. That hurts their business. The employees, there is a pronounced thought amongst people that these facilities, if you report the bad, are worried more about you reporting it than the bad being reported.
Hey, Rob, you said this actually for quite a while. I believe this would be a tool for the staff, too, because oftentimes they're overwhelmed. Not enough people, too many patients. This could actually be a resource to help them, could it not, sir?
Absolutely. Again, Marty, as I'm talking to you, I'm talking on a landline, but my cell phone's in front of me. My point being, we're able to multitask these days. Imagine if cameras are in the room, multiple monitors were placed at the desks or on staff's phones so that if a situation occurred, they could see people moving about in their room when maybe they're supposed to be in bed, see people struggling. These are all good things. Think about it this way. It wasn't that long ago we did not have alarms on beds, not just for people falling out, but if someone was having a medical emergency, they could pull an alarm, a little string on their bed. That alerted the front desk, and nurses came running in. These are good things to have, and we should be in favor of them.
Hey, Rob, do you really have over 100 cases now of this abuse?
Marty, I've been on your show for many years now, and, I hate to tell you, we are probably investigating over 400 incidents in nursing homes throughout Western Pennsylvania and beyond.
Whoa, 400. That's unfathomable. How the hell's that happen? Is that bad?
We have situations where family members call us and say, I have mom or dad, my loved one there, things were going well, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it went south.
Wow.
And they can't figure out why.
Wow.
And, again, a simple tool like having a camera will demonstrate, look, was it just a health situation or was there something else there? And the more these things are documented, the more the families can get answers, and that's what this is all about.
No, I'm with you. It's amazing that you have, Bob, you kind of shocked that he has 400 cases?
Oh, absolutely not. And I'm sure Rob's getting more into it as we are, as more awareness get out to the public. But two things I'd like to sum up. All the people need to call their legislators and the governor's office. And if you're an employee in one of these facilities and suspect wrongdoing, don't worry about retaliation, because once you report it and it's documented, you are protected by federal and state whistleblower acts. And no matter what, you may not be able to live knowing that you didn't do something, then someone else died because of it. But you can always get another job.
Rob Pierce,
So make the
Bob
call.
Garvin, thanks, brother. I love you both. I thank you for caring. And Rob, appreciate you, man. You're out there fighting for it, brother.
Thank you.
Rob Pierce, Bob Garvin. Wow, I'm kind of shocked by that. But if you, in your mind's eye, think, would I feel better having a loved one in a facility if I could watch them? On a real basic level, way before anyone thought of this, Patrick had cameras in his house. He would check it on the dog. I mean, not to diminish the value of a dog, but you could see where the dog was, what the dog, you would show me, the dog getting in trouble, something happening. It's actually a wonderful tool.
Yeah, and it records it automatically depending on the service you have.
Nice.
Like I said, we use this with my friend when he was in his assisted living place.
Yeah, he wasn't. It wasn't an elderly thing. It was a
Huntington's disease.
Yes.
He
incapacitated him.
Yeah, exactly.
And he has since passed, unfortunately.
Yep.
But you pointed this out. There were days when you would say, look at this, man, and he was being abused or neglected or something that needed your attention.
Yeah, we caught incidents on camera that needed to be addressed with the staff there, and there were also incidents where he was in the wrong that were on camera, and it helped them.
Wow.
So it did go both ways.
It's a great point. There is a fear factor out there. Anytime you introduce something new, anytime you say to someone, we're watching you. But in this case, as is the case with body cams with cops, in many times, it's a tool that they say, hey, look, I did the right thing. And the same thing can happen in these facilities, and quite frankly, it would save lives. And I commend the hell out of Rob Pierce and Bob Garvin for giving it to him. It's a magnificent effort. We're getting some momentum, and I promise you, dramatic change in September. It's coming.
Well, folks, fall is fast approaching, and the September Weiner Wellness Weekend is the 19th and 20th with workshops from 10 to 2 on Friday and Saturday featuring Dr. Tracy Stroop, Dr. Len Brantzwitz, and Dr. Dennis Courtney. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 to 2, and, of course, lots of samples, healthy treats, all in honor of Jamie Dorley's birthday. The discounts on your favorite supplements start August 25th. All of this is the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh.
At Tax Relief Advocates, we get it. Thinking about back taxes to the IRS can be very unsettling. Don't lose hope. With thousands of 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, TRA is resolving taxpayers' delinquent tax problems nationwide once and for all. We could significantly reduce and even eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you haven't filed your taxes in years or are already facing collections, we can help. We aren't just some run-of-the-mill tax service company. We specialize in helping individuals and businesses with $10, $50, or even $500,000 in back taxes get speedy resolution. And in many cases, only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. The IRS isn't going anywhere, and neither is your tax problem. To see what tax relief you qualify for, visit TRA.com or call 800-335-8578. 800-335-8578. Again, that's 800-335-8578. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 77 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday says his office was a victim of ransomware attacks earlier this month. He tells Marty Griffin on KDKA Radio that the attack impaired many functions of the agency.
It affected our ability to email. It affected our website. We are back up and rolling.
He says an investigation is underway, but it won't stop there.
Once we're done with the investigation, will be many conversations, hopefully like you and I are having, where we can really bring to light what is happening and the danger on companies and government agencies.
Sunday says there's been a 65% increase in such attacks like this on governmental agencies and calls such acts reprehensible and revolting. A new report shows that the local food bank distributed the most meals in its history. This is Radio KDK's Pat Septek has more.
September marks the start of Hunger Action Month, and Brian Gulish of the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank says this new report surpasses their previous historic record.
Over the past 12 months, we distributed enough food for about 53 million meals, and that's a 5 million meal impact from the previous 12 months.
He says there are multiple factors that go into those numbers, including the rise in food insecurity.
Demand that has increased. There's other things like operational efficiency and ways that we're able to connect the community and just an overall more efficient operation to get food out to those who need it most.
He says the report also highlights one other disturbing trend, a significant uptick in the number of children relying on food assistance programs. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
Kraft Heinz is splitting into two companies a decade after their mega food merger. This Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has the details.
In a bold move to reshape its future, Kraft Heinz announced plans to separate its business into two independent companies, signaling a major strategic shift for the global food conglomerate behind household staples like Heinz ketchup and Kraft macaroni and cheese. The decision aims to sharpen operational focus and unlock shareholder value as the company responds to shifting consumer preferences and intensifying industry competition. The path to the merger of Kraft and Heinz began in 2013 when billionaire investor Warren Buffett teamed up with 3G Capital to buy H.J. Heinz Company. At the time, the $23 billion deal was the most expensive ever in the food industry. The official names of the two companies have not yet been released. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
No one won the Powerball grand prize last night. Tomorrow night's jumbo jackpot drawing will now be worth an estimated $1.3 billion. The cash option for tomorrow night's winner, if should happen, an estimated $589 million. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 389 points, the Nasdaq down 284. The S&P 500 is down 70. KDK Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
A fire, it can change everything in seconds, but ServiceMaster of Greater Pittsburgh is ready 24/7 to help restore what matters most. From smoke damage to full rebuilds, their experts are trained, trusted, and ready to work with your insurance. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van and get back to normal faster.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series presented by University of Pittsburgh announces its 25-26 season at Heinz Hall. 7 events will broaden your perspective and deepen your understanding of the world around you. Featuring Dr. Anthony Fauci, Malcolm Gladwell, historian Doris Kearns-Goodwin, former Russian political prisoner Vladimir Kara-Murza, and geopolitical economist Pippa Malmgren. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds for the rest of today. Watch out for a shower this afternoon over the Laurel Highlands, the high 79. Partly cloudy this evening, mainly clear later tonight of 53. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy, high 82. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Here's a few questions for you from California Psychics. Do your workdays seem to go on forever? Is your career progression as fast as downtown traffic? Or does your boss still not know your name?
Hey, you, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Carrie, ma'am. Just get it done, Terry.
It's time to read the career warning signs and talk to California Psychics. We're always on hand to give you the career guidance you need. You see, we only connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. So you could soon be telling your boss where to stick that report.
Where are you going, Terry? Terry!
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Cooler days, shorter nights. Oh my gosh, is summer really coming to an end? It's just started, didn't it? This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. This time is the best time to lose those excess pounds. Why? Because it's now. Give yourself this time to shed those pounds, feel and look better, fit into those clothes hidden in the closet and drawers, decrease or end those meds, move better, climb steps without being winded. Just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10. In our 7 o'clock hour, Rich Fitzgerald will join us. Is there another summit coming to our hometown?
This Kennywood thing, it's kind of a reflection of where we're at. I can find on any of the platforms, anywhere you want to go, video of people beating the crap out of each other. On cruises, there's crazy video of these women beating the crap out of each other in a Walmart. I don't know what's happened. And now it's become kind of cool. Patrick, what was the site those kids would scream out something just to get it posted? What was it called? Come on.
World Star.
Yes.
That one goes back.
It does. How far back? 10 years?
Probably more than that, actually.
Wow. So World Star blew up in terms of success because kids would, this is the truth, they would go to kick someone's ass, and then they would yell World Star, and then they would tape it and feed it, and that's how it's...
Yeah, it was kind of pre-YouTube.
Yes.
In the early days when YouTube was just getting started.
It was
everything
really
would go on that website.
Shocking to see it.
Yep.
Right?
World Star and Live Leak.
Yes. So now, well, we saw in the high schools in the city. In fact, because we pointed it out so much, the principal took away their phones. Because the kids were using their phones to set up, and you saw this too, Patrick, they would set up a fight in the school on their phones. And then they would meet and beat the hell out of each other on their phones. And then they would put it all out in social on their phones.
Yeah, you'd have recordings of like 6 different angles of someone getting beaten down in a hallway.
It's kind of weird, but it's where we're at. And so now that principal, God bless her, said, to hell with you, I'm taking your phones. And by the way, we haven't seen a fight on video from any, is that Brashear?
It was Brashear.
Yeah. It's been months. Good for that principal. I'm not suggesting it's perfect. I'm saying it's helpful. So, Kennywood. Good for Kennywood. And by the way, we've had an engagement with the new owners. They're really nice people. All they want to do is provide good family entertainment. And my son and my daughters, they love, my daughter Chloe and my son, they love roller coasters. They loved it. They had a great experience at Kennywood. They're kind to the media. They let us shoot whatever we want. I had this idea about having a whole family go out there and showing how cool it is, and they're all into that. So they come with an idea, which I thought was cool. Adult night, right? And folks have these all the time. Special night for adults. And it was kind of a cool promotion. Kennywood said, we'll have adults out there, special pricing, all adults, and provide some alcohol, which is always the problem. When I saw massive fights at Chuck E. Cheese, it was because of the alcohol. As weird as it sounds, in my wildest dreams, I never imagined I would see people beating the hell out of each other in a Chuck E. Cheese, and I saw it. I went in there was a kid. They have these tubes up above where the kids crawl through. I went in there, was with my wife and kids, and there were these 2 kids beating the hell out of each other, and their parents were on the table screaming and yelling, half in the bag. And then that fight moved to the floor. Fast forward to Kennywood. They're trying to do something decent. They're trying to say, let's have something special. Let's generate an adult crowd. Let's make this exclusive to them. No kids running around and screaming, blah, blah, blah. What do? They do this. What happens? Mayhem. I mean, there's video everywhere of these people at Kennywood. And for those of you who want to make this racial and you're trying to, it ain't. Everyone was beating up everyone. That's a fact. Just be honest. Fools are fools. Ignorant is ignorant. There are videos all over now. We've posted several just to kind of point out this issue. These people get in line and start beating the hell out of each other at Kennywood. Who the hell thinks I'm going to kick her ass over Kenny Wood? Kenny Wood. Think about how their life is playing out if the plan is to kick someone's ass at Kennywood. No, honestly. Is this as good as it gets? I guess it is. In poor Kennywood. So Kennywood had to hire all these cops. I mean, a lot of, like, off-duty county guys and city guys pay thousands of dollars to keep the idiots from beating the hell out of each other. And good for them. They didn't arrest these people and throw them in jail. They broke up the fights, took them off the property, and banned them. They banned so many people from Kennywood for beating on each other in these adult nights. They canned the whole thing. Canceled it. Shame on you folks. I commend Kennywood for trying. How the hell would they know? Oh, you know, if we have those grown people will beat the crap out of each other, sir. Really? Really? I don't know if it's for the attention. I don't know if they want to shoot a video and then they want everyone to see them getting their ass kicked in a viral situation. I don't know. I don't know. If it's drugs or alcohol, I don't know. But as a result of this juvenile behavior by grown men and women, Kennywood had to cancel the whole damn thing. It's awful. It's awful that this is where we're at with our culture. Where we can't go to an event with some parent threatening to beat up another parent. I've seen it at football games now, Steeler games, high school football games, college games, hockey games. I've seen it every sport, basketball. And now Kennywood. Add to that the folks that a lot of these folks are packing guns. Thank goodness Kennywood screens them. Or we could have a lot more than a couple bloody noses and battered egos. But it's a reflection of a culture that's gone mad. The I'll kick your ass culture. And I just don't think that's a good thing for grown adults to do. And neither does Kennywood or anyone else. And as suggested in the post, these are our role models. Moms. These are moms. These aren't just guys. These are moms beating the hell out of each other. Over what? You got my potato patch fries? Really? You got in front of me in line? Did ya? So I'm going to kick your ass? Will ya? I'll show you. Did ya? Think about this in your resume. Banned for life from Kennywood. Wouldn't your parents be proud? And what do you tell your kids when you come home early? Or even better, what do you tell your kids next year when you try and take them for Kennywood on their school picnic day? I'm banned for life. Aw, Mom, I'm so proud. You're such a heroic role model for me. Sickening. Sorry about that, Kennywood. Kennywood does a hell of a job. It's a hell of a park. They're really good people. And this is not on them. It's on us. Seriously.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay no repairs, Ox gets it fixed, free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-240-1465. 800-240-1465. Or go to oxcarcare.com.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? right here in our hometown. Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Bitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that, lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Bitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your pre-consultation at 724-934-8446, 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now.
Folks, Marty, you know how I feel about MediConnect. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable entity and agency, and they're so interested in helping you. So don't let a medical emergency become a financial emergency. Their teams at MediConnect, they see this happen far too often. Call them to meet in your home, online, or in their office to discuss Medicare plans and the right one for you. There are 70 different options. Medicare plans in this region. The best part, no fee for any of their services. 888-818-6334. MediConnect.
Do you have a dark curiosity? Heart Starts Pounding, Horrors, Hauntings, and Mysteries is a weekly podcast hosted by me, Kaylin Moore. Each week, I'll take you on a dark journey through terrifying true urban legends, bizarre true crime cases, chilling tales of backwoods horror, and more. So if you're looking to join a passionate community of the darkly curious, check out Heart Starts Pounding on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, stay curious.
This is attorney Christine Brown Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
Go between the hash marks and get your football fix every Thursday evening at 6 with the Bowser Chevrolet Quest for the Best High School Football Show live from Dave & Buster's. Dan Zangrilli and the Dean of High School Sports, Mike White, break it all down. It's powered by Bowser Chevrolet and brought to you by Diulis Law and by Guardian Protection, your hometown home and business security company. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing's going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor. Fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I saw they're building a new Aldi on Banksville Road. Aldi, anyone? Anyone been? I have. I just get annoyed by it. I don't have the patience. I just don't. If you haven't been, they don't have bags. You got to pay for a cart. Then you got to put the stuff in boxes laying on the floor. I know you can save money, and I know it's becoming kind of cool to go to Aldi. It's just I read a piece in the Wall Street Journal. They're opening 400 new stores just this year. It's crazy. Their growth is crazy in a really difficult business. And in the piece in the Wall Street Journal, it said that they've become so basic in an effort to kind of provide you with cheaper stuff. They have trucks that pull up to these big stores. They unload boxes of food, I don't know, baked beans, whatever the hell it is, and they just roll the box, massive box, onto the floor, cut off the top, and there you go. I just don't have the patience. My wife does. I don't. But they're competing in a very difficult landscape, and they're winning. I tell you this because it's fascinating. The margin in groceries is 1 to 3% profit. 1 to 3%. It's insane. So there you have it. I hear people love Aldi. Good for them. I just don't have the patience or the time and the interest. Tom, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
That's a funny thing you bring up Aldi's here because, you know, how you when you go into Aldi's there, you want to get a cart, you drop a quarter in so you can get your cart.
You do.
And you get your quarter back when you return your cart.
Yep, it's one of those things, yeah.
A simple principle for a security deposit there at certain venues, like what happened there at Kennywood. There, if you get yourself caught up in an incident, you don't get your money back.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You know, you don't get your money back if you get caught up in an incident.
What a great idea.
I mean, it's basic logic. They're really, and I know you're coming up on a break, and your show's coming to an end.
No, hold on. So this is brilliant. So you're saying, like, Mr. Griffin, this is a $50 fight deposit. If you get in a fight or an altercation, you lose a deposit, right?
Lose your money, lose your privileges, everything.
And if you don't fight, here's a bonus. You come back, we'll give you a discount.
Right on, spot on.
But
I mean, you got to make it enough to bite out of somebody's pocket, but at the same time not be detrimental to the venue.
No. And what the hell's happened though since we grew up though? What is it now? What's going on with our culture?
I don't know, man. I'm 60 years old.
Same
ballpark. I hate it when I see this, sir.
Yeah.
You can't have a 21 plus night, Rick, because 21-year-olds are acting like idiots.
It's really true.
You know, so if you want to have an adult night there, okay, make it 55 plus instead of 21-year-olds.
Wow. Make them so old. Make them so old that if they beat on each other, they fall down and break.
I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but that's the point that we're getting to.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's the point that we're getting to.
No,
but anyway,
I wish he was wrong, but he isn't. My man Henry. Henry paid $4.50 for a local bread at a local grocery store. Then he went to Aldi. It was $2.50. My man Henry, I've heard this. Henry, I tried it twice. No disrespect to Aldi. They obviously know what the hell they're doing, and I don't. And it's the fastest growing store, third largest grocery store in the world. And it's obviously working. So good for them. One of my boys says the young kids are entitled. What about their parents? My man, these videos from Kennywood, they're all older. They're adults. They're beating the crap out of each other. It's weird, too, man. You'll see, if you see all the Kennywood videos, and there's dozens of them, they'll just walk up in a line, people waiting to get on the Thunderbolt. Bam, punch someone. Then someone comes running in. Bam, hits someone else. And it just keeps going, man. And Kennywood says to hell with it, and why wouldn't they? And guess what the kids are saying? Mommy and Daddy went to Kennywood and kicked someone's ass. We can do the same thing. It's weird. It's bizarre. And what's even more tragic is most of these people have guns now. Yeah. And the fact that Kennywood has to think, man, how do we secure this facility? It's a friggin' amusement park. If they had to hire 30 cops at $50 an hour, it's a lot of money, man. So that you folks won't beat the hell out of each other in the line at the Potato Patch Fries or the Thunderbolt. I don't know. I can't find a solution to it other than we got to do better. And I know that's trite and cliche and standard response, but we got to do better, man. Because this has a bad ending. Can't shut everything down. I did like my man's idea. You put a deposit down as you enter. $100, whatever the hell it is. We give it back if you don't beat someone's ass at Kennywood. Nice. Nice. It's sad that's where we're at, but that's where we're at. It's sad that we had to buy our daughters mace because they're riding the buses and because people beat the hell out of each other on the city buses now. This is where we're at.